usually know when I'm there. Can anyone hear Bryan?
Ahoy, guys! Welcome back to the Drunken Ship Podcast! It's episode 40, guys! 10 more episodes to episode 50, and that's 50 more episodes away from 100. And that's
Wait, what episode is this? 50?
And that's 900 episodes away from episode 1000. It's episode 40, Tay.
Oh, it is?
It's Warhammer 40K.
Crockett be doing some math.
Did you see that? You see how my brain, there's a little bit of smoke coming out of my head? Like, oh god, how long can I keep this up? We gotta keep it by tens, Jordan. You can't do fucking twos.
Keep it divisible by tens. That's it. That's the secret.
Keep it divisible by tens. Guys, it's an off-topic episode, so what's on deck? What y'all just shooting the shit,
dude. I have had
How's the cabin? I need to know how the cabin was. Did you kill your girlfriend?
No, she's great. She's going to Target right now.
In pieces?
No.
you sent her body in pieces to the Target?
All right, listen, Crockett. Mind your business.
Dude, with your hair and that shirt, you definitely look like you just like chopped up your girlfriend with an axe.
It like doesn't fucking help that like my eyes are like super dry, so I have like this like bloodshot. It looks like I got in like a fight.
That's all from the fake crying practice that you have to tell the police.
Yeah, his YouTube apology.
Just a thumbnail of him looking at the camera sad. That's a thumbnail.
Guys, we broke up.
With a little crying emo over here.
Yeah.
So it starts off, so guys.
On
I'm
Twitter,
so sorry, ...
And on Twitter, I just take a notepad out of my Samsung and just like post it on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
the
screenshots.
The screenshot apology, the most convincing apology in all of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm so my life is so busy and active. I have to do my apology on a mobile phone.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm on the go. I'm producing shit.
Yeah.
No, the cabin was fantastic. I had a great time at the cabin. It was super relaxing. Annie's entire she's one piece and she's alive and she's going to Target. So fuck off, Crockett.
Bryan, I just got one question.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
God, I fucking love that movie.
What a great movie. I love Seven. I'm glad they put it on HBO.
Yeah, it's fucking great. David Fincher, man. David Fincher's got some bangers.
Actually, I watched it the other day. Actually,
yeah, it's fucking great, isn't it? There's something about like just the way that my man moves the camera that just feels so clinically good. Dude, Kevin was fun. February has been a shit show month, but that weekend was really nice. You guys know how I was in an accident not too long ago?
Yeah.
So I was trying to get a new car because I need a car, because America is not a country that you can live without owning a fucking car. And I tried to buy a car and I couldn't get it. So I was on the phone, I think the day that you and Colin did the podcast by yourselves.
Yeah.
I was on the phone for 3 or 4 hours.
Dude, hell no.
Just yelling at people.
No.
Just fucking.
That's why I hate phone calls.
It's the worst.
Bro, isn't it crazy that those people don't seem to get the point until you scream at them? That's so weird to me.
That's exactly the thing. I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to be the guy, that's fucking yelling at you through the other phone line. I'm not your abusive dad, Like I don't need to be that way, but people don't listen unless you start just fucking screaming at them.
Yeah.
My insurance. So when you're in a car accident that results in total loss, there's something called gap insurance. I'm sure you guys know what that is, but just for context, it pays off the remainder of your loan in case the value of your car went down significantly during the time of you driving it in the accident. The company that I paid money to pay my gap insurance did not pay my gap insurance.
Oh wow!
So I had like an $800 loan that was just going delinquent, and then like nobody called me. Nobody called me and told me.
Yeah, they won't.
Everybody just went about their day, and I just found out because I was trying to buy a car, and then I couldn't buy a car, and I spent 3 to 4 hours blowing up at people on the phone as to why they didn't call me. And then spend the next 3 hours after that just fucking fuming, vibrating with rage in my apartment.
No, I feel that, man.
Still don't have a car. And then when I try to buy the car too, it turns out my North Carolina license I can't register the car in South Carolina. So I have to deal with that. So then I went to the DMV and they needed my birth certificate.
Why? Because your license is out of state?
Yeah, my license is in North Carolina. And if I'm owning the car in South Carolina, then I have to register. I have to have a South Carolina license.
I still have a North Carolina license and I have a car here in Florida.
Did you buy it
it might
in
be
Florida?
different.
We supposed to change the license plate and stuff.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm the same
you're
way.
supposed to.
Can you still run a Virginia tags? I just
Yeah.
realized that.
You know what's
no.
funny? I have an inspection sticker. I have an inspection sticker that ran out in 2019.
Speaking of cars, I was
But
at
it doesn't matter because I get the inspection sticker. I guess in North Carolina is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Who the fuck
I'm not
knows, man?
changed it.
speaking of cars, I was at Jordan's. What, 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
My car got towed at his place. I was walking out.
Really?
Guy, towed my car.
Oh, that's the fucking worst. Did you have to pay for it?
Yeah, I paid like $230 something.
Ah.
Good God.
He was
For
like, "Can you
what?
take
Was
me
it, like-
there?" Huh?
Was it like street parking or something?
I guess
Why'd
you
they
need
tow
visitor
it?
pass or something. And I've been
Oh,
doing this for
oh,
the
it was a visitor
longest,
pass?
and never happened. Apparently, he said he'd been in this entire time. I never once encountered him. I guess I was
Wow.
lucky to them.
No, it just started like the beginning of January or something.
January. Yeah.
They saw like
So
some
what
shit.
for the
I
apartment
watched
complex?
him
Yeah.
tow someone last night in front of my house. Tow this dude, he's quick. I watched him from my balcony. He's fast as fuck, dude.
He's like
He
a skinny
knows-
light skinned dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got out of that truck, threw the two things under the car, hooked it up, and was out of there. He went zoom.
No, he was cool.
I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, dude,
I'm like-
he knows he's got to do it fast because if you catch him doing it,
They're gonna
Oh,
come out
yeah.
and try and fight him.
yeah.
I was because when I went to the towing place, because he took me there, he was nice enough to do that, so I can pay and get the car.
Wait,
I said,
who
I was
took you
here.
to- Who
the
took you to
towing.
the towing place?
When I left Jordan's house, coming out the place, I see him towing my car because I did a little ringing thing.
So you fucking saw him take your
Yeah,
car
I saw
away?
him. This is
And-
the second time this happened to me in Charlotte.
And the man didn't have the goddamn decency to just fucking
No.
drop the car?
That's how they
Oh.
are. 'Cause last time,
Yeah.
I would have fucking thrown hands, man. You got the patience of a saint.
last time I didn't
Oh.
have a patient when it first happened.
Yeah.
That was it. Cussed the guy out badly. This
God
part was
damn.
funny to see me mad. That's it.
Did he
I
drop your
remember.
car the first time?
No, he did the same thing. Well, he didn't drop it off at all. It was some big dude, looked like Rick Ross, but light skin.
Like, apparently, once the car is in the tow, like, they have to finish the drive to take it to
Yeah.
the whatever the fuck. Which, hey, bullshit. If I see you taking my car,
Give
drop
me
it.
my car.
You know?
My
Like,
car.
That's like the thing when people like when cars and where their cars go to get towed and they like quickly jump inside the car.
Yeah, this too.
What would
And
happen?
then,
Oh, fuck. I got Adriana.
isn't it technically like they can't tow it if somebody's in the car? I think they cannot. It's like a hazard.
That's really fucking
So
funny.
like they have to stop and like either fucking fight you out of the car or call the cops and get you out of the car.
But it's my property, not yours.
I don't know, bro. Well, you broke the law. It's my car now. Some
Is that
crap.
law? I mean, like, do they work for the city?
Yeah.
No!
No,
They
they're
don't?
private. Most of
Yeah,
them
it's
are private.
so you can 100% probably fight them on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the company. Like, some of them do work for the city, but a lot of
I
them are
got
private.
Adriana out of a fucking ticket once because I parked in a parking zone where you had to pay a meter, and the meter went up I think at like 4:00, and we're walking out, and the fucking there was a parking meter made whatever standing there at like 4:01, and I mean he saw us coming, and he writes the ticket, right, sticks it on the window, turns around. This is 4:01. This is literally 1 minute past the thing.
He was waiting for the timer. That's what they do. They'll stand by your car and fucking wait.
Yeah, he sees us walking up towards the car, and he turns around and walks away. And apparently they can't do that because they got thrown out. I told Adriana, like, when she went to go pay the thing, that he told them that he did that, and they threw out the ticket because of it.
That's fucking
Because they're
good.
not supposed to walk away or something. Because he was actively trying to avoid us.
Where
Fuck
was
yeah.
this
Yeah.
at?
This
Oh,
is
I
in
just-
Uptown.
I just crumble it up, throw it on the fucking ground, dude. It's a $25 charge, dog.
Dude,
Yeah.
hope you don't listen to this, but I was in Uptown. My secret spot was Midnight Diner. Used to park right
something to
there.
say?
Like, how would they know I'm there?
Dude, Midnight Diner is the shit.
Oh, yeah, it is. My favorite restaurant.
It's
down
also the most parking you're gonna find in that place.
here. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I used to park there and just walk down the city. They would never know.
Dude, parking's awful in Charlotte.
So wait,
Any
Dave.
major city is awful.
So what happened with the car? You went and the guy took you. Were you riding in the vehicle that he's taking your car in?
Yeah.
Yo, how did you not murder that man?
No, I was sick. The last time I was like, this happened in 2017. This happened one time. I was super mad and got like 3 times my size.
He got all of his rage out in that moment. So now it's
like,
just.
Can I just ride in my car, man?
No, because like, might as well just take me there and pay for it. So I'm gonna call an Uber just to go down there. You're like, yeah, sure.
No, I mean, while it's towing, you just ride in your car. I don't want to sit with you, so I'm gonna go sit in my car while you tow it.
Just sit in your car.
I mean,
Yeah,
usually,
just sit in and you're like.
I mean, usually like tow drivers will do that because one time I was on my way back down from Florida, from North Carolina, and I had broken down in Georgia, and I had to get a tow truck. And I mean, of course, the dude's not gonna fucking leave me on the side of the highway,
Right.
so he drove me like the rest of the 2 hours back to fucking Jacksonville.
No way.
And like, yeah.
fucking
I mean,
awesome.
what? I'm at a McDonald's, like on some fucking exit in podunk nowhere. And I'm like, dude, I live in Jacksonville, Florida. You better fucking take me across the state line.
No way. No fucking way. He took you all the way to
Is that
Florida?
his time? Is that his time? Because he has
That's his
contracts.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his time. So
Just out of the goodness of his heart, he did
Yeah.
that. Holy shit.
Because like some complexes and stuff got to pay those people to do that. They're like kind of like security guards. So that was his
Yeah.
time. He
Yeah.
probably got in trouble, but he probably didn't care because he understood what you went through.
yeah, I was like, I'm a
That
fucking
dude-
like
that dude was
19,
lonely.
20-year-old kid, bro. Like I literally spent my last $50 on this car and it broke down. Can you please take me to fucking Florida?
Oh, dude. What a fucking nightmare. I'm so sorry.
Dude, that was stress out that happened to me.
Nah,
Jesus
I got
Christ,
him
don't
some.
wanna-
I got him some snacks though. You know.
Was he cool? Was he like a nice guy? Or what was that?
Yeah,
what was that
he
2
was-
hours like?
It's just listening to the radio.
That's
He
a
would like
movie.
every now and then he'd pipe up and be like, "Hey, you mind if I smoke a cigarette?" And I'm like, "No, I don't care, dude."
That's fucking
That's
awesome.
a movie.
And that's
That
it.
is-
Part of a movie.
That is a great road trip movie.
What's the
Yeah.
movie?
That's a great
Robert
setup
Downey
for
Jr. and
Oh, the
Zach.
due date.
Yeah, it's like that. I love that movie.
That'd actually be a good movie. Some dude breaks down and it's his adventure with this tow truck driver.
Yeah, and it just starts getting increasingly more and more like weird and ridiculous.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, you're like running away from like a gang or some shit.
Yeah, it turns into Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. we're like binging on drugs together, and all of a sudden we're in the middle of Utah.
You're
Driving.
not even in Florida. Yeah, you're not even in Florida anymore. You're somehow across state
It's
line.
been 1 o'clock for like the past 5 hours.
The tow truck breaks down, and then he's got to call a tow
Yeah,
truck.
accidentally fall asleep in his car. I wake up and locked up in the fucking garage somewhere in the truck.
Dude, I was thinking about that. I was sitting in traffic the other day, and I was thinking about like I saw an ambulance going by, and I'm like, who works on these ambulances? Could you imagine being in the back of the ambulance? You're like on the verge of death, and then the fucking like they run out of gas, or like their engine breaks down or something. Like, what happens?
They have to call another
Do they
ambulance.
tell
for
the
guy
tow
in the
truck
There's a
ambulance.
driver
media-
to like,
there's
you gotta
like
try, you
another
gotta get him, we gotta
ambulance.
go, bro?
That's when they bust out the stretcher and they start rolling them down the fucking street as fast as they can.
Can they commandeer a vehicle? Do they have that power to like, bro, get out of your car.
We need to take this car, man.
They throw the body in the trunk, like, all right, let's.
You're threatening them with like needles. We
Like a
need this car. We
syringe.
need to get to the hospital.
This man is dying.
This man is dying.
I'm like, that sucks. I got to go to work. I lose my job.
Hey, man, we're all dying out here, man.
What's an excuse? What's an excuse you give to not let like someone commandeer your vehicle? Be like, bro,
I'm sorry, but I got to go to work.
dude, I had a long day, man. I gotta get home.
No, I just
I'm
just paid this
tired.
off.
My legs hurt.
There's some frozen pizza in my fridge waiting for me right now, bro. I gotta go.
You guys
Man.
like-
I gotta pick up my
Sir,
kids.
we need the car. You're gonna take me home first, motherfucker? Like,
Got an oven on.
Can we stop by Sonic first and let me get a fucking shake?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm kind of having a bad day right now.
You making it worse.
Can we get
Yo,
like a hot dog or something?
Yeah, can we stop? I gotta go to the bathroom.
the guy like punches you in the eye to take the car and then sticks you back in the car so you can go to the hospital too.
Yeah. He just like, breaks your finger. All right, you're coming with us now.
Health insurance, man. We cover it for you. Oh my god.
They break your finger and you're like, no! I can't. Don't put me back in the ambulance. I can't afford this.
No, yeah.
When someone told me he had to pay for ambulance, that scared me, dude. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I'm terrified of needing an
People won't
ambulance.
get in.
You ever seen the Workaholics episode where Adam's getting put into the he's about to get put into the ambulance and he stops him and he's like, "How much is this going to cost me?" He's like, "About $900, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And he gets up out of the stretcher and he's got like broken ribs and shit. He's like, I'll just drive.
That would be me. I'll walk it off. I'd rather walk than
I'll call an Uber.
do that.
It's
I
like,
don't even know if
it's like
hospital
how
is
far
over
is the
here.
nearest hospital? It's about.
Isn't
30
that
miles.
wasn't that a thing or still is a thing that people have called Ubers to go to the hospital to avoid the ambulance fee?
Probably.
There's actually an
Cheaper.
advisory in medical insurance places that if you can't afford an ambulance, they advise you to call an Uber.
Dude, what a good idea to make like a Uber
I know.
like medical thing, a cheaper version of ambulance.
It's just a truck and I gotta get in the back.
No, like Uber's
Yeah.
like
I gotta
for
get
like
stretcher back
alcoholic.
there. They strap it down.
Like you
People
pay like
put
at
the
least
tarp down first.
instead of $900 for an ambulance, you pay like $30 to get there.
Just throw
Yeah.
the McDonald's bag out the bag. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're fucking like bleeding out from a fucking stab wound or something. Meanwhile, the Puerto Rican guy's blasting Hispanic music on the radio. Hey man, waters are free, dude. Just grab them.
They got lollipops
They're
back
reaching through
there.
that tiny window in the truck, like, "You want some water, bro?"
Yeah.
No, all right.
Nah, dude.
Can I
I'm fucking-
smoke?
Fucking blasting bad
Yeah,
boy.
Mind if I
you
smoke,
mind if
bro?
I smoke?
You got blood coming out your mouth and nose, like, "Hey, please, I'm dying." It's like, that's cool, bro. Yeah, I just moved down here. Just needed some extra cash.
So
I
what,
just moved down here. Yeah, I'm still learning the city.
so what brings you to the hospital? You know?
Colin, because it's always a new Uber driver once you get in there. This is just a part-time job, man.
Yeah, it's brand new.
I'm still learning the city. That's funny. Like that's funny. I don't even know the ambulance. I don't know where the hospital is over here, and I've been here.
Yeah.
He's like putting
I'm
the
still- I'm
hospital
still-
GPS and the like the address in the GPS, but like he has no internet. Just
Yeah.
sitting in the back.
He's like,
service. Just use your phone, man.
My servers don't work over here. I'm from California.
yeah. It's like, AT&T
Oh, I gotta-
don't
I gotta-
work down here, man.
I gotta change my service and my phone number and everything.
Oh god, the
Jesus.
United States is terrifying.
You good? Yeah, the United States is terrifying.
God
Dude, that's
damn.
like when I go home to Virginia, Verizon is the only thing that works. Like Adriana has like T-Mobile, and it like she has nothing.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude.
if I wanted to straight up murder her, I could.
No one would know.
No one's coming. I could just look at her and be like, "No one's coming to help you."
I'm with U.S. Cellular. I can never say cellular, but that's what I'm with.
Cellular.
Yeah.
U.S.
Cellular?
Cellular.
When I first came to here, no one knew what that was. I thought it was called you.
Was it? Was that the one that turned into like the? Was it Singular back in the day?
Not sure.
No, Singular got bought out by
They're two different
AT&T.
things.
Got you.
I think Singular is part of. I want to say Sprint.
Yo, I used
They're
to have.
AT&T.
They're AT&T. Yeah, I used to have Singular when I was back in Puerto Rico, and let me tell you something. Phone service back in Puerto Rico always sucked. There's like you
Always?
could drive like always sucked. You could drive like 5 minutes in any direction, and like be fine, and then take that 6-minute drive, and it would all just drop.
It's just a spot in my hometown like that. It's at a certain curve every single time. It just stops for a
Just
good 5
completely
minutes.
fucking drops. It
Yeah.
drove me insane. I mean, I was a kid with a psychic. Like I wasn't calling anybody. I was just like texting. But like it would be random. Like I would get a message that somebody sent at 2 p.m. Like I would get it like at fucking midnight.
Yeah, hours later.
It's just like, why did you?
That shit still happens to me, even if I have full service. Sometimes I'll get messages a couple hours later.
Yeah.
You guys know what I forgot to do?
Yeah.
I forgot to introduce everybody.
That's right. We just started talking.
20 minutes
Welcome to the
in,
show,
so-
everybody.
We'll do it right
Minutes
now.
in. Guys, I'm
Do it
your
right now.
host, Captain Crockett, aka CyberCalamity, aka the one who is Manny. Alongside me today, we have 3 beautiful gentlemen today. We have Puerto Rican Reggie Watts.
Yep.
We have the angriest pixels known to mankind, Colin.
Hello.
He changes every
And we
week.
have
It does. I love it at this point.
it does.
At this point, I just want to see what the fuck he comes up with.
It's because I'm not gonna have the script up in my face.
He's
And then
working
we
on his
have
improv.
the man who bleeds, not PlayStation Blue.
Blue.
Oh, Blue.
Oh,
Oh,
you switched it up on
shit.
Switch to.
Have you seen that meme where the kid screams because it changes the color of the room changes the color?
No. Yo,
I'll have to
wait,
dig it up somewhere.
Fucking sorry, I want to ask. A couple weeks ago, I think it was Godzilla thing. It was you guys were watching like a Godzilla movie in the fucking Discord chat, and it was like you, Violet was in there, Crockett was in there, Fredericks was in there. It was just a whole bunch of people. And then
I think it was a Super Bowl. No,
it was a Super Bowl. Yeah, it was a Super Bowl.
By
Yeah, we were in the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Yeah, well, listen, close enough, okay? And then I look into the fucking like Japanese weeb chat that we have, and it's all just covered, just absolutely like shagged with fucking Yu-Gi-Oh and Gundam and like little pieces of Godzilla merch, and then like a dude's ass is hanging out in the time. What the fuck
I love
happened?
that picture, bro. It's like he tripped over his fucking pants.
What are you talking about?
Fucking check the chat. I was like that day. I was watching Color Out of Space with
I'm
Colin.
gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin this message.
I was watching
one
Color
was
Out
that?
of Space with Colin, just hanging out, and I'm looking at the weeb shit going crazy, and it's just fucking weird Digimon Godzilla shit, and a dude that's got his ass out because he trips on his pants.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
This was after I had left, and me and Bryan started watching that movie.
That was me and Tay talking about Godzilla stuff, and then when Tay
Oh,
posted
now
that,
they talking about
when
the
Tay
guy.
posted that,
Yeah, no, that wasn't. It was about a
and Tay
toy
was
type
like,
of guy.
It was like, don't mind his ass, but look at all his figures behind him.
No, I forgot about this picture. No, it wasn't about the guy. It was about the monsters around him, his room. I didn't realize the
What
context
is
of
the
the picture.
context of that photo anyway? Why is his ass out?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even realize it actually. Forgot I posted this.
It's been like
What
two
was
fucking
it?
weeks.
That was like we're having a mountain of like a conversation about stuff, and I remember you posting that, and it's like, don't mind his ass.
It's been like 2 weeks, and I've been thinking about that picture like once a
we
day.
gave no context to anybody about what that was.
What? Yeah, I don't know the context. Let me go to the tweet. It's a tweet. I love you just ignored it too. I actually forgot about it.
Because what we're trying to do is get a look at his like Godzilla figures, because he like, had a ton of them. But the best photo we could find was of him like with his butt cheeks out.
I mean, the man's got some cake. I'll give him that.
No, this dude's hilarious. I follow him on Twitter actually. He follows me. He made this funny. He's a Godzilla fan.
For that cake.
Yeah, his name is Alex Hernandez as well.
He made a funny tweet where I was like work dying in a break room, where he said he worked at a freaking theater to get this standee thing for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh yeah, the giant Godzilla
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that was him.
It's like 16 feet long. Yeah.
That made me laugh so hard. Like, he's committed.
I was so pissed because I used to work in a movie theater, and that was like what I was most excited about was getting free movie posters. But then I got fired before any of the good movies came out. So I just fucking like I had like an It poster and like a fucking like a Maria's Big Boo Halloween. Whatever the fuck
why?
poster.
Dude,
You
I
still
seen it
have
in
that?
theaters.
Can you put that? Wait. Do you have that Medea's?
No, I threw that shit away. It's a Medea movie.
Oh, I was about to say, come on, you gotta put that in the back
No.
of the thing so we
I'm
can
a
see that every
Medea
podcast.
Shit was gross.
Me and Byron saw it in theaters. I hated Halloween. What is it? Boo Halloween?
Yeah, it's Medea's Boo Halloween or whatever the fuck.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
That was
Moose.
incidentally the worst time that I had at the bar. Everybody that went to see that movie was a fucking asshole. Every single one of them.
Dude, I hate
Bryan,
Medea
there's
movies.
this.
What?
What?
What'd you say, Crockett?
What?
Crockett just
Say
said
it.
something and laughed to himself, and I'm worried.
Now, Bryan, why would you say the select audience for a Tyler Perry movie was the worst people that you had to serve, bro? What are you trying to say?
Look, you brought it
Bryan?
up.
Yeah, I'm not biting into your bullshit, Crockett. But that day, there was an old couple. It was like a 60-year-old man and like a mid-50s woman, and
his
they
bitchy wife.
ordered nothing but Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka. They got 4 shots of
You
Crystal
actually
Skull
drink
vodka.
that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Unless
seen
you're
that at the liquor
sponsoring me, Dan Aykroyd, in which case I love your vodka. But they
Dan Aykroyd, he's a believer.
they fucking ordered five drinks with double shots of Crystal Skull vodka, which is prohibitively expensive in a movie theater. They spent like $100 there, And then they
Bro,
were
I
like
love
$25.
getting drunk at a movie theater, dude.
Dude,
I love
it's
it.
fantastic. Bring a flask.
That seems like an awful. Wait. That seems like an awful experience. Having to get up and go pee every 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what you
No,
drink.
just don't break. The movie's like 2 hours, bro. You can fucking hold
Bro,
it.
I can't hold that. I drink a little bit of water and have to pee immediately.
Fucking
Pin
baby
that.
bladder.
That's a store for that. But when I was
Baby bladder.
they had bars in the theaters. Why is that a thing?
Bars in theaters?
Right.
It's a new thing
Because they
now.
make so
I've
much
started
fucking money.
noticing. Yeah, they make a lot of fucking money.
Dude,
doing
when
that.
it came out,
If you think popcorn's expensive,
yeah, dude, fucking a shot of like, just,
yeah, it's like $8 for a beer.
yeah, mid-tier vodka, like mid-tier, just middle of the road vodka was like $6 a shot.
Yeah, house vodka.
And people would
Trash
get like
shit.
Tito's vodka, and people would get like double shots of that shit. And I had to, and like, they don't charge you, like, they don't give you a discount on the second shot. All right, I literally have to ring up 2 shots of like whatever the fuck you ordered, and it's
they
like
give you a
$12 a
discount
drink.
at bars.
No, like if you're a sensible bar owner and somebody orders a fucking shot of vodka, and then they added a double, you don't give them the double for like the full price of the first shot. You like half.
I get.
Yeah, you like half the second shot so that they keep buying more. Not fucking
Cocktail.
AMC. Not
I
fucking.
don't think
AMC.
alcohol should be available at like carnivals and fairs and movie theaters. I don't think that's safe.
Carnivals and carnivals and fairs, I totally agree. But movie theaters, you can only drink 1 drink at a time, and
You're limited.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
only allowed to sell you
that.
2 drinks every hour.
Yeah, I think they give you when I did it, they'd give me a wristband, and they were like, yeah, like 1 drink every hour. So I would basically chug my beer and then like go to the bathroom, grab another beer.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, you can have
got
2
2
beers or 2 or like 2 mixed drinks or whatever.
They're really careful with overserving. Like I will give
Or
them
you can just
credit
bring
for
your
that.
own.
They're like really careful to not pour and create a violent situation. But that old couple that drank all the fucking Crystal Skull vodka, at the end of the night, they wanted me to give them the empty bottle of Crystal Skull vodka that they drank, and it's against the law. I could not do that because
it's an open container.
Yeah, and the theater needs to keep the bottle because that's how they keep inventory with the
I
liquor
can
license.
see
Yeah.
a drunk couple right now. It's like, it's not an open container. That's an empty bottle. Come
It's
on.
exactly
Come on, baby.
I can
Not
hear
old
it.
people talk. I know there's a black old couple, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
And they sounded
Hey, we
excited.
already establised that when
Crockett, shut up.
Brian said Tyler Perry movie.
Shut up. There was a.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, anyone outside of black people watch Tyler Perry movies.
I saw
one white person.
I saw
What?
2 white dudes at the theater watching that movie.
They probably got
two of them.
high or something to watch.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I watched Medea Goes to Jail in theaters.
I think I did too. I hated it too. I hate
bad
Medea
movie.
movies.
Medea
I never
was a
liked
bad
it.
movie.
That's
Wasting our
how I knew
money
I got
like
lied
that.
to because I was like, all right, can't wait to see Medea going to do some funny shit. Nope, this is domestic abuse.
Yeah, they always like that. Some melodrama behind it.
Yeah, why
I
does
was
it always turn
legitly
into
shell-shocked.
that? And then it's fucking
Legitly
weird.
shell shocked. I was like, what's this woman getting beat? I didn't sign up for this. I thought it was going to comedy. What am I watching?
The only tolerable
I
one is the
legitly
very
thought I was
first
watching a
movie.
different movie.
No, they all like that. The only tolerable one is the one he first did. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. That's the only
Diary
good
Back
one.
by a Woman.
Yeah.
Everything else is after like parodies of albums.
Man, Tyler Perry has a good studio in terms of like prolific, but like the movies that he made money on are bad.
They're
He's got a
garbage.
cookie cutter formula.
Yeah, he just knows his formula.
Yeah,
Laugh
he
at-
thrives off his audience.
Actually, black people,
Even his TV shows are the same.
black people low-key hate his how he portrays people in his movies. They're stereotypes.
Yeah, a lot of them really hate it.
Yeah.
But clearly not
Angry black
enough
man.
of them because he's still making fucking bank after like 15 of them.
Light skin savior.
Is this?
He's about Boondocks.
bothering you, Queen?
Yeah, he's in a yard helping the garden.
Yo, I haven't
She's
thought
looking
about
out the window.
Yeah,
Boondocks
he's the gardener.
in ages. Boondocks was
He's
a
into
great show.
Jesus. Yeah, it is a fantastic show. Screw Medea.
So anyway, if you're a bartender at a movie theater, go in horror season. Get a bartending job at a movie theater during horror season. You will make so much fucking money. I made $300 on
horror
the first day that it came out.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, $300 just in tips. The first day that it came out. Because they make a drink. If your movie's really high profile, they will make a drink based on the film. And they have like 3 little signs, and they go like, "Hey, get the whatever the fuck for it."
Bro, let me get an atomic breath mixed
Yeah,
drink,
exactly.
baby.
And man,
real, by the way.
people eat
Let me
that
get
shit
that
up.
monkey's paw shot.
So if
Probably tastes like ass.
Yeah, it does. Tastes like Dookie. That's pretty authentic. Dookie hand, huh?
Yeah, so that guy, that Alexander, whatever, that worked for the giant Godzilla thing, fucking god. Because I worked there with the intent of getting at least one Avengers free poster. And there was like another movie that was coming out later on in the year that had like a big fucking display. And I wanted that and I couldn't get it. So fucking, I think it was an X-Men movie. It might have been Apocalypse.
Are you talking about the 3D posters and stuff?
Yeah, well, the
boards or whatever they are.
Yeah, the standard films. The standard films are like 24 by 36. They're pretty big, but then the IMAX posters are like considerably larger than the 24 by 36. And I wanted an IMAX poster of like fucking. It was either, I think it was an Avengers movie or a Batman movie, some shit like that.
I never got one.
But it was killer.
Only time I
didn't
got
get
it.
Did you ever
Cool.
tell a story about how like I had won a GTA 5 cardboard cutout thing like that from GameStop?
You did?
No.
Have I ever told that story on here? So I went to the midnight release on for GTA 5, and it was that game released the same day as my birthday, and I just turned 18. I was so fucking pumped. I was like, all the planets were like lining up.
You can
for
buy
me.
this game.
And this is back when I was in high school, right? And GameStop still did like
Midnight releases.
like midnight releases, and they would do like they had DJs come, and then they had like all this shit.
Wait,
they had
hold
like
on.
a shit ton of people
Hold on.
come.
You said that your fucking GameStop hired a DJ?
Yeah, they usually
Yeah,
do stuff like that.
Bro, the GameStops used to go all out.
Dude,
Bro.
every midnight release that I went to was some like pimple-ridden teenage kid working at GameStop saying, "Here's your fucking game, get out of my store." Where the fuck did you get a DJ at?
But like, no, people would show out for like midnight releases back in the day.
The only reason I never went to a midnight release was because it's just a bunch of angry, nerdy people sat outside of GameStop in the cold. There was no fucking DJ. What GameStop did you go to? I'm jealous.
I went to two different ones in two different states, and they were both like that.
Plus, it's GTA 5.
That is a lie. I don't believe you.
Wait, you don't believe me?
Wait, what did you say, Tex?
Yeah, granted, it was a hype game, and then I went to a modern release. When I went to the Advanced Warfare release, there was dudes in military like gear, like they did like airsoft like cosplay, I guess.
What the fuck?
Where they do like the whole like get up and then do airsoft. Like it
What
looked like a
a bunch of
SWAT team
incels,
just
dude.
rolled in. They were there, and then there was like a DJ, and they had like pizza and shit. The one
Rent
here
a
in
Soldier.
North Carolina, that was the most like it was smaller, but that was the most like they went all out for. The one in
Never in my
where I'm
fucking
from-
life have I heard of a GameStop do anything remotely close to that.
You missed out, son. GameStop used to fucking
Bro,
go
that-
ham on this shit.
That is, the Advanced Warfare release sound pretty fucking cringe to me.
It does. It
But
does.
for a
Kinda.
mid-tier game, this game is super mid, and they did all of that.
I want to take that slander, goddammit. That game was fine.
Dude,
It was fun.
Crockett, that game was bad, man. Okay?
That's,
It's not
that's,
good.
that's
Everyone,
21st
everyone
to the
here,
future stuff,
everyone here,
right?
eat my dick. Eat my dick.
I brought it for Kevin Spacey, literally, not
Yeah.
joking. I brought it for the campaign.
Why you doing?
Yeah.
Why you buying a game for a pedophile? I'll tell you. What you doing?
That's way before all that happened.
Wasn't one at the time.
it was a different time, man.
No, but
Hey, it's cool.
fucking apart from the fact that you went to a midnight release of Advanced Warfare, which what the fuck, just seeing a
Bro, I used to just go hang out. It was just fun. I knew there was gonna be a DJ and pizza, man. That's all I
Brian.
know.
where the fuck
for
does this
Spyro
have? Like,
Reignited Trilogy.
did it get advertised as having a DJ?
Huh?
Yo, dude, that's great. Like, I would love to. Like a Spyro Reignited Trilogy midnight release sounds fun by itself.
It wasn't fun.
right?
I walked in, walked
An
out.
Advanced Warfare midnight release with a goddamn DJ sounds like I would want to kill myself.
Yeah, with a bunch of incels showing up in Rent-A-Soldier uniforms. It sounds horrible.
The Spyro.
I think it was like Halo or something. I think it was I want to say it was a Halo game, but sometimes they'd be really cool about it.
Yeah.
And they would crack a copy of the game early. They would set a TBF outside and let you go
Like, queue up to play it.
1v1s. That shit was so much fun.
That sounds incredible. A fucking DJ?
I'm sure
Never in my
it
life.
was totally against protocol for a bunch of reasons.
Well, they're not
cracking
technically
game open.
breaking. They're not selling the copy.
I wanna
It's
say
not
it was
like
for
a-
Halo 4
It's not like they're
or something.
messing with embargo or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm sure that right now it would be like a whole situation.
I get maybe like a promo or something of it. They could do that, like just for multiplayer. But
Or a demo
yeah,
disc.
So I went to went to GameStop, and then they had like they were doing a contest, right? So they were having a bunch of games, and they were getting a bunch of free merch and stuff. So if you answer like they had like questions, and then whoever got the question right, they would like throw them some free merch or whatever. They also had a drawing contest. They had like printouts of like a van, and they were like, all right, design this. You're gonna get it like an hour to design something,
Right.
And me being in college or me being in high school, I was like, this is like my 4th year of art class, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking win this shit.
Destroy these dudes.
Oh, I'm an art student.
I destroyed them, bro. I had a mad ass drawing. I don't remember if I still have it or not. I might have it at my desk.
Yo, it would be fucked up if they took it as like their intellectual property.
Oh my god, that'd be kind of cool though. They post it up.
Nah, they're not gonna give you credit.
With no credit.
And then so I won this big ass 3D poster. It was like one of those things that you see at GameStop when they're advertising a new game.
Yeah.
Won the thing. I was ecstatic, dude. I got the game. I just turned 18, and I just got this big ass poster.
What you do with it?
And I had nowhere place to put it, so I remember putting it downstairs, and it just like in the basement.
Yeah.
And I had it there for like a couple months, and then I remember coming home one day, and I didn't see it.
Oh,
like,
your mom threw it away.
Where's my poster at? And my dad looked at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I threw that out."
Oh.
I'm like, no.
Wait, did you need it?
You don't know how. That was a like I could probably not get that again.
Yeah.
That I was like,
that's them.
oh my god.
You know what's really heartbreaking on the story of like parents throwing away your shit? When I moved from Puerto Rico to here, I had a massive Yu-Gi-Oh collection, like a massive Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. I had binders, I had shoe boxes, I had like just a loose backpack full of fucking like repeat Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I couldn't bring them with me because it would be too expensive for me to bring them on the plane. And I asked my dad, hey, keep those around for me and ship them later. And then 6 months later, he said, yeah, I threw all of those away. Oh. And they were like from like the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, like from the first Yu-Gi sets to like the Battle City tournament, like right at my favorite part of Yu-Gi-Oh. I must have had at least like I paid like probably like $500 worth of cards in that collection just by getting all the boosters, and my dad just fucking threw them away.
For me, I was like 11. I was in a phase like I'm getting too old for this kiddie stuff. So I do all my collection away at the time.
I did the exact same thing. I did,
and I look like
toys and everything.
What a heartbreak!
Idiot for doing that.
Never let your kids do that.
Well, I mean, granted, you run out of room and you kind of have to move on, but you don't really start missing that stuff until you get like until it's like 10 years down the road. You're like, should have not did that. But if you had to like something that old, you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this junk.
I was last week I was a comic where I was wondering. I got all these. And I always thought about if you guys gonna give your nerdy stuff to your kids, use or whatever?
No, that shit's mine.
I've given some old stuff to my nephew and stuff.
Yeah,
like comic books and Pokemon cards and everything.
I think it really depends on like the thing, you know. Like, and I don't know. I'm kind of selfish with like my nerd shit because if I buy something like that, then I like really really wanted it. Granted, I don't collect anything. I probably would, but I would cry about it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'd give it to them and I'd just be like, "Fucking take care of it." Yeah.
That's how it'd be though. Yeah, I would give it to him like, "Don't rip this page.
Yeah,
don't
like,
spill anything on this.
Fucking
You can use
be
it."
careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why I gave you the back and the sleeve so it can fucking stay in pristine condition.
Dude, comic books are one of those things. Like, do you see like all of the comic books that you're like buying in mass purchase right now? Do you see any of them becoming like rare enough to be any value in like 20 years, or is it just the comic book industry is like not doing anything like that to like preserve rarity or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't think they do that no more.
Okay.
I think right now the only time it'll really spike is if like a new movie's coming out. Like I have a issue of Thor, which is the first appearance of Ego, the Living Planet. Mm-hmm. It went up in price whenever Guardians 2 came out.
Like significantly or like by a little bit?
Like it went from being like a $10 comic book to being about like a $50, $60 comic book. But I didn't
holy shit.
That's the main reason I brought Superman 1000. Do you have that, Colin? Action Comics 1000?
I do have that, yeah.
What's
I'm hoping
what's
in
that
the
one?
future it spike up. It's 1000 issue.
Oh,
like
okay.
that's their 1000th issue of
and
Action Comics.
Jesus Christ.
And like,
yeah, I've got that one. And then I have DC Rebirth as well, because I figured that might be worth something too. I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths is worth a lot of money still. Like basically anytime DC reboots their universe, the books are going to be fairly valuable in like 10-20 years.
What's your guys' most expensive collection item that you have?
No idea. Probably my what's gone now. The Power Rangers Time Force. Was it Q-Rex Megazord?
Oh,
That
okay.
dude was pricey. I remember at the time. I'm not sure now. I think he priced up a lot because he could transform his own with the controller.
Yeah, but I
what's his
mean,
name?
like, what do you have
Quantum
right
Ranger.
now? Not
right
something
now?
you as a kid. Yeah, what you've kept. It could be anything.
What do you mean? Like from the past, and I have it now?
No, I mean like anything in like a collection. Like I have one Magic card that I know that's worth like $40.
Dude, I haven't.
Dude, that's awesome.
I've got a copy of Wind Waker on GameCube. It's worth about $80-$90.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay, I didn't think about video games. Yeah, I have some.
And then I have a original PS2. It's worth about $200.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really would like an original PS2. I really miss my PS2.
The Fat Boy.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
I think Sonic Advance 3 is like $300 now. It's a Game Boy
Bro,
game.
do you
and still
remember
works.
the PS2 Slims?
Yeah, I hated them.
Yeah,
Those things are so tiny, bro.
You could open that bitch up while the game is playing and still keep playing.
What?
Yeah.
Those things just worked. like it was ran by Voodoo or something.
One day I came home, my
Didn't
laser
make any
was broke.
sense.
And that was in
The laser?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the laser's a bad piece for it to break too. It's like hard to repair.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have like a laser edging on one of your discs?
No.
Oh, I know that happened to my 360 games. When you
You take it out and you see this random white
It's, like,
ring at the
burned
end of
into
you're
it.
like, oh
Oh,
fuck.
did it just like?
because I
burn
remember my
the disc?
little cousin moved the Xbox while the game was in there. It made this loud crash sound like that.
Ah.
Took it out as a permanent
Yeah, it's
ring. Up there.
it's like it's
Yeah.
like literally the laser like drilling into the fucking CD.
God,
Yeah.
that's rough.
It missions or it Ocean's 11's into your fucking disc.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive one that I have is I have a Magic card that's worth about $60.
Oh, what
I
is
think
it? Is it
it's a blue card. It's a blue card. And it's
Bryan.
is
What?
it, fuck. I know what blue card you're talking about. It's
What'd you say, Tay?
Pen that right second. Jordan, what reference did you just make? Jesus fucking Christ.
what?
What did
I
he
don't
say?
know.
Oceans.
Ocean's 11?
Ocean's 11? Are you kidding me?
Ocean's
Oh, when
11.
they cut open the glass.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's so stupid.
What's wrong with you? Like Ocean's 11?
11? No, it's like, who thinks about that anymore? No one knows what it is while listening to
Bro,
this.
I'm off this Red Bull right
Dude,
now.
that's a great movie.
All right.
We're
Sorry,
down to my
we're
library in my
curated
pocket.
for all viewers, even the older ones.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Go ahead,
I'm like in Yugi's, like, you know, like when Yugi has to go through his search of his mind to open up all those doors. That's what I did. Open up a door. There's Ocean's 11.
He watched Ocean's 11 the other day. Now he won't shut up about
Yeah,
it.
I swear to God, I haven't watched Ocean's 11
fucking fun.
in probably like 4 years.
It's a great heist movie.
pretty recent.
I gotta rewatch it.
They've got the original one on HBO Max
Yeah,
too,
it's fucking.
from like the 60s or the 70s.
Dude, I started watching
Do
The
you guys
Blob.
just
like,
have
the,
like random memories
The 50s movie?
pop up?
yeah, the 50s The Blob. That shit was fucking fire.
yeah,
I want to
It
watch.
was
I want to watch the 80s now. And like the
yeah. I've got the
remake.
80s one downloaded.
It's fucking good.
I think I've never seen any of the Blob movies.
I watched a review. Red Letter. By the way, shout out to Red Letter Media, fucking fantastic YouTube channel. They reviewed the original, not the original, the remake of The Blob. It's one of the most entertaining like conversations about that movie.
Was it the purple blob thing? Was it
Yeah, it's like
pinkish or
a
something?
pink blob and it like digests people.
Yeah.
And the practical effects for that movie are fucking crazy.
Mhm.
What's scary about it?
It's just
Like,
the
it's a blob.
it's kind of like the same thing that made Alien scary. Like there's no consciousness or
Well-
objective to it. It's just kind of like it's just
Yeah.
wreaking havoc.
There's also
symbiote.
like I've noticed too in certain generations. Like I met a woman in her 60s and she told me that the scariest movie she had ever seen
Jaws.
was Jaws.
Yeah, it's always Jaws.
And it's there's like this, it feels like there's this generation thing where like my mom, she says the scariest movie she had ever seen was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Nightmare on
knew
Elm
it.
Street.
Yeah.
So then
That's how
like
it is.
each generation, and then I also noticed this too. Have you guys ever seen the movie Signs?
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
love signs.
Yeah.
That shit
All
terrified the
right,
hell
so
out of me.
do you know the alien when it walks
Yeah,
across the alley?
yeah, I had nightmares for that for
Okay.
weeks.
There's a huge divide I've noticed. I do not find that scary whatsoever. My mom is terrified of that scene. I don't know why, but there seems to be this gap in like these like people.
I watched that
I thought the
scene.
scariest
like-
scene was when he saw the thing on he saw those kids at the party on the TV and they're like freaking alien. What's that sign?
Yeah, and
to snatch him.
yeah, and it
Was it-
walks past like the alleyway or whatever.
Yeah, I heard
it was like
scene.
it was like somewhere in Mexico, and like it was. Joaquin Phoenix freaks the fuck out when he sees
I
it.
forgot Joaquin Phoenix was
Yeah.
in that movie. I always thought it was.
Yeah,
Was Mel Gibson in that movie too?
yeah,
Okay,
he is.
Yeah, he's a
I got.
Preacher.
Yeah, they're brothers.
I like got them confused for a second. I was just like, "What the fuck is happening in my head?"
I think that's what that is just you're not desensitized yet.
No, well,
Because I mean, like
Yeah.
it's like something that you've probably like when the 6-year-old woman who saw Jaws probably had no context to anything like in that kind of type of horror before.
Well,
Yeah,
Jaws was
but-
different. Though.
But like as she got older, she told me she saw Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the
Yeah.
13th, Scream. She saw all these other horror movies, but still to this day, Jaws is like it sticks with her.
there's something
Jaws
that
sticks
there's
with
something that happens when like a horror movie breaks the convention of what is expected of a horror movie. Like for example, like Hereditary would probably be the scariest movie that I've watched.
Really?
Yeah,
her. I stand by my mother. Like, well, I don't consider it scary now, but I would still say the scariest movie I've seen is Nightmare on Elm Street.
yeah, it's a
Scary
terrifying
concept.
film.
At the
Nightmare on Elm Street,
time,
yeah, it was
when I watched
terrifying.
it literally like I think I first saw it when I was 6. It scared the fuck
Yeah.
out of me, dude.
Really?
I couldn't sleep for weeks. Like I literally need consulting. I was like traumatized from that movie.
It's fucking scary.
But I watch it back now and it's super fucking cheesy and I love that movie, dude.
Well, it's because it attacks at the things like as a kid, it attacks you at the most vulnerable moment, which is inside of your head. You know,
when you're
'Cause
sleeping.
when
yeah.
you're asleep, it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying.
I don't think no film. Jaws was the only horror movie I know that kind of caused like a cultural shift into fear
Yeah.
because people are legit scared to go to the beach.
Yeah,
after,
that's what I would say that started Jaws started the summer blockbuster.
Absolutely, it did.
yeah.
And then Jaws also like it created this shift in horror, and I would say Jaws is also responsible for like the revitalization of
The
like
creature feature.
monster horror movies, creature features and stuff.
Absolutely. And Jaws is also, fun fact, Jaws, the way that Spielberg wrote the script for Jaws, there was no standardized script format at the time of writing Jaws. And the way that Spielberg formatted it became a huge base for the way that all scripts are formatted nowadays.
And the only reason like what makes Jaws so terrifying is because you can't see the shark.
Yeah.
Was because they were having malfunctions with the animatronics.
Crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's the reason you don't see the shark hardly. Was because 90% of the time it wouldn't fucking
The
work.
shark, it did not work. It did not want to swim. It like drowned all the time. It was like,
Oh, and here's another fun fact too. You know the very beginning when the girl gets eaten, when they go skinny dipping? Did you know when she's screaming, you know that's a real blood-curdling scream because she was tied to a rope and they had divers in the bottom to like kind of drag her around. When they went to drag her, they broke her hip.
oh God.
I heard of this story
she's
before.
she's
Yeah.
genuinely screaming when they're throwing her back and
How
forth.
the fuck do you break someone's hip? Like that? Jesus.
Spielberg's like sitting there in his chair and he's like, "Oh, that's fucking good. That's good.
Add that in.
Yeah.
Pay her double.
She's like, oh, she's like, oh God, my hip. She's like, oh God, she's improvising. I love it.
Probably got
She's
What Colin said-
improvising.
earlier.
What is that scene in Scary Movie where Sydney's getting killed and she's like, or she's Sydney's on stage and her friend is getting killed by Ghostface.
Oh,
And
are they
she's
dude
like,
in the bathroom?
yeah, and she's
Yeah.
like, oh God, and then the audience is like, oh, this is good. It's
Yeah.
exactly like that.
What Colin was saying, I only had one movie that legit traumatized me as a kid. You know the movie Exorcism Emily Rose?
Which one?
Yeah.
Movie destroyed me when I was like
Wait,
10.
the older one or like the newer one?
The
With,
2005
like,
one.
the one where it's like a court case sort of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
know which
movie
one you're talking about. That was the first
scarred
one
me.
I saw, and then I saw
Yeah.
the original one.
Like, that's a movie that legit scarred me for a long time. So this is like demons are real and like it's based on a true story. That's when I first time seeing something called based on a true story.
Exorcism.
Yeah, based on
I'm
a
like,
true story.
what the heck? This is real. And it destroyed me for months, and I got over it though. That's the only time a movie ever scarred me. Like that. But Freddy Jason as a kid never.
Yeah. See,
Like, I
Yeah,
watched
slasher
Predator and
films
stuff
never
growing
really
up.
did it for me
Yeah.
a whole lot. It definitely matters the timing and the environment definitely matter when it comes to a horror movie, because it's like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street scared me as fuck when I was 6, but not anymore. So I mean, and I think when you ask like older people and like other generations and stuff like what their scary movie is, I think they subconsciously go back to like the first horror movie they saw that legitimately scared the shit out of them.
So I guess that was mine. I remember being creepy by Jeepers Creepers, but it was never super scary.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers was creepy. Like even new horror movies like It and stuff like that. Nothing super like
that's
horrifying to me.
That's silence.
Yeah, I literal broke me.
Wait,
broke my psyche.
Dead Silence is the ventriloquist,
the ventriloquist
one,
puppet.
Oh,
That's
that was-
silence. I was maybe fucking 7 or 8, and I was watching that movie with my best friend in Puerto Rico at the time, in this like big like
Spanish
CRT
dub
television. You may be right. And I tell you, I walked out of that fucking like his living room, and I did not want to speak. I was terrified.
Bryan, you were the puppet.
I was scared.
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't speak.
Dude, that when they reveal that the dude is the puppet, my little 8-year-old mind fucking could not handle it.
I
You
think
watched
I've
that
seen
movie
this
completion?
Yeah, of course, because
Oh.
I was
I could never finish that movie as a kid.
I was sat next to a
fuck
dude, and he
this.
was like 2 years older than me, so he was just like, "Come on, man, the movie's not that scary." So I was trying not to be a fucking wimp about it, and I watched the whole film, absolutely shat myself. Terrifying movie, and to this day, like I will watch the film now, and it's like not as scary, but I watch it, and then there's like one scene, and the dude is in like the basement or the attic, and he's crawling on his fucking hands and knees, like just army crawling, and just a fucking puppet just comes out of the front of the camera and just jumps at him, and he screams. That shit will forever be in my nightmares. I hate that scene.
Is that the scene like where he goes back to the theater?
I
goes up
don't know.
into
It's
the
like
private room?
somewhere between the half and the last third of the movie. He's like coming back to like handle shit, and that little fucking puppet just jumps at
And I
you.
was working on today. I saw like a Chucky shirt, and it made me think of like, how was Chucky ever scared?
Well, there's
To me, Chucky
actually
was never scary.
there's a Child's Play TV show coming out soon.
It is.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is supposed to be playing
sounds
Chucky,
pretty fun.
and I forget who else is in it.
What about that series and character scary? Because I never understood it.
It's just-
No. So Child's Play.
The first one is scary.
It's
The
I seen
first one
Child's
is
Play
good.
original as a kid.
But
It never was scary.
Chucky is like the
It becomes more of a parody horror as the series
true.
continues.
But think about it.
So like after Child's Play 2, it was kind of downhill.
The thing that makes it scary, think about it, it's like that is one of the first movies that associated childhood and childhood like objects and like just our relationship with being a kid with being like really scary. So like if you were a kid or if you were someone that enjoyed childhood and childhood toys and stuff like that, Child's Play was terrifying. Because like it just contrasts everything that's like innocent and then makes it super horrid, you know?
I mean, like,
Colin,
don't leave him in the trash.
Colin's got some nice.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't beat this freaking toy. That's the logic behind me. Even as a kid,
So-
like, he's a toy.
There's a short story by
My man's pulling out a book.
Richard Matheson, who wrote I Am Legend. I forget what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's in this book, but it's literally Child's Play.
Really?
And yeah, I forget. I'll probably have to find it. I think it's called From Shadowed Places or Person to Person, but it's about this woman who gets a doll. She doesn't have a kid or anything, but it's like supposedly this Native American sort of like not voodoo type doll, just like a, you know, whatever, you know how the 70s word. It's a weird exotic thing from a foreign place. And it comes to life and it tries to fucking kill her.
Jesus.
And literally, from Child's Play, the scene where Chucky first wakes up and he's chasing her through like the living room and
It's like
stuff
word for word.
is almost literally ripped from this.
Rip from that.
Because the toy is hiding under the couch and trying to stab and cut her ankles and
Man,
stuff.
that's fucking cool. Yo,
I don't know
last-
if it's like based off of it or anything, but I just find the
they
parallels like
probably
very
had
similar.
a very strong inspiration of it. You know, in any horror movie, I don't know what the fuck the horror movie first was, but there is a very specific scene in one movie where somebody gets their Achilles tendon like cut with a scissor.
House of Wax.
House of Wax. That's exactly it.
I'm about to say is
Yeah, he sneaks
Pet
out of
Sematary.
like the floorboard and snaps his. I remember it
Yo.
so fucking vividly. He gets them
Pet
both,
Sematary.
and the dude just
Just collapses.
No.
ankles ripped.
Pet Cemetery.
You know, talking about Jordan, he sluts. That's what I was thinking of too.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happens in Pet
Pet
Cemetery
Sematary.
too. That happens in Pet Cemetery, but the
Yeah.
one shot that I remember it from was in House of Wax.
Because he uses
shears.
He uses like shears, yeah, to cut his fucking ankles. Because
Oh, I remember that
He sneaks
scene.
up from under the floorboard and fucking cuts
He's going
his
down
ass.
the stairs, I
And then
think, to
his-
a basement, and he sneaks from behind
His
them.
feet fucking rip off or whatever the fuck, dude.
Dude,
Not the
It was
last.
pretty gruesome.
The last movie that generally scared me. Now that I think about it, but like it gave me chills. Was the first Conjuring. I saw it at my friend's house, and
which one?
I was like, oh my, the first Conjuring.
The first
Oh, yeah,
Conjuring,
yeah.
I like
The Conjuring was
first
really good.
It's a
Conjuring.
good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. That's rare for me for horror movies. I don't think horror movies are good at all. But that
Yeah,
one
not
was,
especially the newer
Have you
ones.
seen?
a lot of
Have
them
any
aren't
of you seen
good.
Hereditary and Midsummer by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it looks corny.
I've seen Midsummer. I haven't seen the other one.
So let me tell you something. Let me school you on fucking Ari Aster. He's the young king of horror. Absolutely. Like
New-
Midsummer is
kid.
a little bit less scary than Hereditary, but Hereditary is a terrifying movie, both conceptually and like how he uses horror. I think either of you would really like Hereditary. Colin, did you like Midsummer?
I did.
I think
I thought it was
Midsommar could be
good.
a very hit and miss.
Yeah, I'll probably end up having to rewatch it now.
Bro,
But
let me
yeah,
tell
I
you the
thought
funniest
it was
scene,
very
though.
good.
No, the funniest fucking scene in Midsummer, which is wasn't supposed to be funny, but when they're all sitting in that long table, and you see his lemonade is just slightly tinted
red.
red than everyone else, I was laughing so hard. He's like looks around, he's like,
Is it poison or blood?
It's blood. It's menstrual blood.
it's blood, but he's like, it's
Oh.
not
Yeah.
lemonade.
Really?
So someone put a spell on him to make him fall in love with another woman, and part of the spell had like the woman's menstrual blood in it, and then they slip it into his cup.
Yeah.
Midsummer is a fucking great movie for being as brightly lit as
the
it was.
only-
Beautiful.
The only really, I think, good horror part of that entire movie is just the beginning.
I disagree. I think the whole movie's good.
I mean,
So you don't know what's happening.
it's-
Is what you're saying?
well,
Jordan?
no, like horror wise. I mean, it's a
When you're talking
movie,
about
but
you're talking about
horror-wise-
like when we find the sister dead and shit like that.
yeah. Oh, we should say like spoiler alert for.
It's fucking
Hereditary.
4
I don't
years.
care.
It's been like
Spoilers.
4 years. Get over it.
Wait, I've never watched it, but I know the premise. It's like witches and stuff, right? Or
Mm,
family. No,
That's Hereditary.
That's
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's
thinking of.
Hereditary.
I don't know anything about
You're
Midsummer.
talking
at all.
Midsummer or
The cult
Midsummer.
Tay, do me a favor and watch them.
Midsummer.
Just I want to hear your opinion on them.
I
You know
have
why I
one.
don't want to watch them? Because I think it's super pretentious. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay,
Is
okay,
it really?
we're about to throw hands, Tay. We're about to throw
I'm
hands.
like, that's straight up. I don't want to watch these.
There
movies.
is no
I think
such
it's
thing
gonna
as
be-
pretentiousness in cinema. There's absolutely no such thing.
You don't think
No,
so?
There's 100%.
there is
There's
no, no, no.
100%
There's-
pretentiousness
there's
in
100%
cinema.
pretentious.
100%.
Using the word pretentious to talk about cinema is the fucking worst thing you can do for media
All right,
criticism.
we'll say there's a bunch of elitists.
There is
in fucking
there's a
cinema.
bunch of gatekeeping and a lot of people that lie to you about what is good and what isn't, but there's no pretentiousness.
and elitists.
Yeah.
People think they're better than you.
There's like people that love the Criterion Collection. I classify those as elitist, not pretentious. There's a lot of bad movies in the Criterion Collection. In fact,
What are you talking about? Godzilla?
Are you talking about those like 4-in-1 DVD fucking
no.
things?
So the Criterion Collection, they have a lot of like 4-in-1 DVDs where they like compile like a director's work, like Akira Kurosawa and like in Man
Yeah.
or something like that. Criterion Collection has some great films, but there are some like they had a time period where a lot of films that were like dreamy and esoteric and like vague and sort of like, ooh, is it really?
See, I like
happening?
that, like sort of like a psychological horror in
Yeah,
a way,
but the bad
more
way, but the
surreal
bad one.
type.
It's like
Yeah.
when
like they think they're being artistic and moody
Yeah.
and stuff, but it just comes off like
it's just
That's how I view Midsummer and Hereditary.
You're
It's like
wrong.
they trying to be something.
but you're
I'm
wrong.
wrong?
They're not that. They're not that at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
but wait. Tay, have you even seen these?
No.
No, it's the way
That-
people perceive.
you can't-
I know that. I know I
Listen.
haven't seen them.
Yeah.
No, I'm not shitting on them. It's just the way I perceive them. How
So
people talk about them.
I will let
Like
you know.
trends and stuff
I will
like
let you
this.
know. There is a lot of people in the like the discourse of those movies that sound really pretentious because they're like, oh, this is what true horror is all about. Yada yada yada. And then,
Yeah, that's what I see.
It gave birth to smart horror.
that's how you sound
Shut up.
pretentious.
It's like, what is
that's how
that?
you sound
Smart
pretentious when you
horror.
say something like smart
Yeah.
horror. It's
What the fuck is
yeah,
that?
it's
Because there's no jump scares, Colin. There's no boo
Yeah.
in your face kind of movie. It just, you got to think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
you
so you mean like cosmic horror, surreal horror, psychological horror? You mean every other fucking horror that isn't a slasher
thank
film?
you, Colin. Thank you. So
that's what people like. That's what
Well,
I
that's
see.
what they're calling it. I mean, what do you want me
No,
to say?
that's not what they're calling
We're
it.
in,
That's-
we're in like this.
that's not
view-
what anybody that is involved in the production of this film. If you walked up, sorry, I turned off my microphone. If you walked up to fucking Ari Aster and you said, "Hey, your movies are really smart horror, man," he would fucking punch you. He would cluck you in the eye.
Smart horror.
He said, "Get the
what
fuck
does that
out!
even mean?
Get the fuck out of my way."
It's like a weird new age thing.
There is a trend in media criticism that whatever was popular prior to the thing, there's a cycle. So whatever is popular in the 80s, the slasher movie and the jump scare and the loud sound and the whatever the hell happened, that got used to such a degree in horror that it no longer brings out a genuine scare. It has been
That's why I don't watch them anymore.
So they're
all the
flipping
same.
back around to the more of a suspense, dread sort of feel, and then that'll get played out, and then
and
go
then
right
they'll
back,
go right
to,
back
the
to
slasher
slasher. But the problem is that whatever that current curve that we're in, when we're in the slasher curve, it also happens because studios like overuse a particular element and they like try to cheapen out to get the cheap thrill and whatever. Because it's associated, the slasher jump scare is now associated with January horror movies. When January horror movies are the low blow movies that they throw away at the beginning of the year. So smart horror is the opposite of that. It's a horror that's not in your face, that there's no real jump scare, that it's like building suspense, but then the release of that suspense isn't not necessarily a loud noise or like a cheap scare.
I would say it's continue tension.
Yeah. And
It's just a continue of making you more and more tense. As
So-
the
Is
movie
that
goes along.
no? I would say that is that you or the film that's doing?
No, it's the way the film makes you.
All right, so let me
which is
round
why I
off.
think it's good.
So is Get Out
Yeah.
a smart horror?
it would be.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
Out sucked.
That's
I'm
how
the
they would-
minority.
I don't think
They
Get
like
Out
that
is-
movie.
You are the minority. That movie's great.
Yeah, I thought the movie was super
Just
overrated.
because it's not like him slowly walking around and then suddenly a white dude's right there. It's more
No,
of
it
a
just-
like he's looking over his shoulder the
No,
whole
that's what
fucking
people
movie.
are calling
I
smart
think it is.
horror.
I just don't enjoy horror movies. I just don't enjoy them. Maybe that's
I
me.
respect that. I respect that. I hate it.
I
I hate
love-
it for you, but I respect
I love
it.
horror movies.
That's how I like
I feel
horror
sorry.
games. I just don't play these.
It's
They don't horror.
really hard to
Dude,
make a good
horror
movie.
games are different, very different,
I agree.
and
True.
it's very hard to make them good, in my
Yeah.
opinion, without overusing elements.
Whatever the current trope is, and it's the same for horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's such a thing as smart horror. I think there's a difference between suspenseful horror and slasher horror, but there's not such a thing as smart horror.
Modern horror.
So, no. Like suspenseful horror and then like slasher horror. You know, like there is a postmodern. I fucking hate that I'm the one that always says this word, but there is a postmodernist approach to horror nowadays. That is what people are calling smart horror. And when people describe any horror movie as postmodernist, I get it, but like you're not doing yourself any favors.
That's why I like Jump to the Conjuring 1 all the time, because that's the last one that actually gave me some feelings.
It's a great movie. Have you seen Sinister?
Yeah.
Have you seen Sinister?
Sinister's good.
Sinister's a great
The
film.
first one's
Sinister's
good.
like a really good, solid horror film.
Sinister makes me an alcoholic.
Shut up. Go get a cardigan.
I look scary in this red.
But it's not like Hereditary and Midsommar can come off as pretentious because Ari Aster uses horror elements in a very not subtle way. He's not being subtle, but he doesn't abuse them in the way that you'd expect a more mainstream horror movie
Pop
to
more
do.
corn.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's a little bit more deliberate with the elements that he chooses, and he is breaking down the genre as well as adding back into it. Because you can't make a genre movie without using the cliches and the tropes of the genre, but you also can't rely on those so much that your movie becomes a victim of them, and that's what Ari Aster does really well. And Hereditary and Midsommar are genuinely two of the best horror movies that I've ever seen. They are brilliant, and Ari Aster, I will watch anything Ari Aster makes. Absolutely anything he makes until he makes a bad film.
Let me look him up.
Yeah, watch.
I'm not gonna watch these.
Nah, you should do it. You should do it. Fucking tie you up one day and just fucking play them in your monitor.
I seen a clip on Hereditary on YouTube where her head gets knocked off that post or whatever.
Dude,
yeah.
The reaction to that moment, it is one of the strongest moments in horror cinema. When like he just fucking sits and you just see him like trying not to look at the back mirror. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
They had like faces rotten or something later on.
Yeah, so that,
like
and then there's like bugs on the thing. The Hereditary is focused on the emotional reaction of the people that are going through this, not on the event that caused that emotional reaction. That's why people call it a smart horror, and I hate that. Those are the people that make the word pretentious, like that movie sounds pretentious, actually happen, and it hurts the movie because it creates an air of inaccessibility for people that are just jumping into horror or people that just want to watch a horror movie. Like,
and then they realize that it's not. Yeah, it's the typical horror.
And until you watch them, and if you're like not the kind of person that's like interested in horror movies as a whole, and then you hear someone say, well, that movie is like not like other horror movies, it's more smart, you're like, fuck you. It's not, I don't care. And it makes me so mad when critics are like, yeah, this is like, you know, the way that he uses the camera just hypers attention, and it's like one of those cheap fucking slasher movies. It's just like, shut up, right?
Like the shaky handheld camera and then the super close-up shots to make it feel claustrophobic. You know, normal camera tropes.
They just use really like tropes that are antithetical to horror and make them terrifying. So
let me tell you what scene from Hereditary I knew that this was like going to be a terrifying movie that strapped me in. And it's probably like my favorite scene and probably one of the best scenes in the entire movie. And it's very short. And it's where she goes into the room. She just got done like packing up her mom's things. And she's like, look, she looked at a photo. She's leaving the room to exit. And she clicks off the light. She looks back. And she sees her mom
decapitated.
Silhouette. Not decapitated. You could see her like standing there.
Yeah. Sorry, I mix them up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You could see her mom standing there in the darkness, but silhouetted, and she flips back on the light, and then she turns it back off again, and she's still standing there. And the
that's new.
That's new. Sent through my heart. Terrifying. And then it doesn't have like a jump scare to end it. It just
leaves you there.
She leaves.
No, there's like usually in scary movies, she flips the light on, she's gone. Yeah. You said that thing stood there. I'd never seen that before. Like
she flips it on. Yeah, and then it's still there, and she just.
Yikes!
And there's another scene where Peter wakes up from a nightmare after the death of the sister, and Toni Collette, or the grandmother, one of the two female characters in the movie, is like on the roof in the corner, just fucking looking down at him, just hanging off the roof. And it's so dark that you can barely fucking see her.
Oh, yeah, you don't see it.
Wait, Tay, remember in The Conjuring, that fucking bitch on top of the wardrobe?
That's exactly it.
Oh, yeah.
She's all like, meh, and that shit scared me.
That's exactly it. There are so many movies like that in Hereditary. There's one, I know I'm spoiling the movie, but you're probably not going to watch it.
I seen a scene where I guess they're in the basement, these naked guys.
It's a treehouse. Like
ghostly
but there's one scene where Toni Collette is like, and this is why I love the movie. You hear Peter wakes up and you hear a piano wire getting strung out of a piano, and then like 5 minutes later in the scene, there is a zoom shot. It's like the zoom starts as a wide, and it zooms in really quickly, and it's fucking Toni Collette just slicing off her head with the piano wire, just like that, and it is terrifying, man. It's fucking terrifying. It is such a
I've seen
motion, just fucking
there's a moment, I guess, after her sister, her head falls off.
Yeah.
But the mom goes to the car and she screams.
Yeah, man. Tay, it's a good movie.
You've watched it.
You've watched enough of it.
I'm watching YouTube clips.
I'm gonna add. All right, Tay. I'm gonna add another one to your list because I'm on the opposite spectrum. You need to watch Annihilation.
Annihilation is a fantastic film.
Annihilation is
I gotta
underrated.
watch it. I gotta watch
What's it
it
called?
fully.
And the book is amazing, and it's more of a cosmic sci-fi horror, surreal horror. But there's the only like scary part I would say is there's a moment where they get attacked by a bear.
That part was cool.
I've seen this before. I've seen trailers for this before. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's more of a like a trippy, makes you kind of think, sort of like what the fuck is happening to them.
It's like, is it a
and what is
is
going
it a body
on?
horror film?
Is it kind of like Lake Placid? It's like Lake Placid.
There's like very little body horror. There's one like where the girl has like vines starting to grow on her. And then I would say there is body horror because the bear is like horribly mutated and stuff as
I've
well.
seen a trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I seen it. I forgot.
I didn't like the end to it though. The end is very like.
Dude, I thought the end was perfect.
You got to deeply think about it.
I thought the end was perfect. It was a mimic. All it was it was a conscious like entity and a being that didn't know it was conscious and a being, so it was mimicking her. It was trying to understand what life was.
That's fucking cool.
And that's why it was expanding and taking over that whole area. It didn't understand. It was basically the universe figuring itself out is what it was. And she witnessed that.
So sorry, I just my friend just texted me, and apparently Joaquin Phoenix is gonna star in Ari Aster's third feature movie called Disappointment. Yeah,
oh, really?
That's gonna be.
Bryan just like nutted so hard.
Dude, just that meme where it's like a button.
Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor.
He is.
Yeah, he really is.
So good.
Great actor. I think he'll do
anyway,
great.
I'm hype about that. I really want to watch Annihilation because I hear that it's
it's on Hulu, I believe.
It's on Netflix. I looked it up.
But
it's on Netflix.
I mean, I got it downloaded too. Probably watch it, whatever.
Oh, you know we gotta watch that what is it called? Fred X was posting about it earlier today.
Oh, the Savage Land. I watched the trailer for that. Yeah, that
looked really cool. I really wanted. We should check that out.
I would also say, Crockett and Tay could probably, if they wanted to check this out, but I would say Bryan would probably be a little more interested. Have you ever heard of a movie called Man Bites Dog?
No, I haven't.
No.
Is it like black and white?
Yeah, it's black and white. It's from the 90s. I think it's a French movie.
I watched a video synopsis on this.
And it's a documentary, it's a mockumentary about these guys who follow around the serial killer and like get his like life and what he does, why he does it, and how he does it. And they slowly like become integrated into his lifestyle and start helping him with the murders and stuff like that.
Sin City.
Yeah, I watched a video Ryan Hollinger made on it, I think.
I think I watched some YouTube synopsis on it and I was like, I gotta go and watch that movie. And it's more of a like thriller. Like it's not scary. Like, yeah, you do see him kill people and stuff like that, but it's more of like a holy shit, what the fuck?
Sure.
Like crazy sort of thing.
Remy is the main cast. That's
That's awesome.
What you say?
There's also another movie where it's just super creepy, but it's about like this guy. I think it's foreign too. I can't remember the name of it, but he has this weirdly disgusting looking puppet that he carries around with him, and it just kind of represents like all his abuse and stuff.
Is it
But
that
it's just,
movie
like,
Frank or whatever it's called?
I think that's the
Yeah,
I think that's.
Wait,
the name of it.
he wears a mask or something, or is it a puppet?
No, Frank is a mask. Frank is the Michael Fassbender movie.
Frank is the mask.
Frank is
Okay.
Michael Fassbender, and he wears the mask.
Is that the musician?
Musician.
Or,
It's a band.
he plays music?
Maggie Gyllenhaal is in the film with him. She plays the love interest. Dude, Frank is a great movie.
I've seen
Frank
it.
is a great movie.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the same
I thought
movie,
that
Crockett, because this is a mask, not a puppet.
No, it's like an older movie, and it's really fucking creepy because he has this. The puppet looks scary as fuck, and the puppet like will talk to him and stuff, and it's kind of like an embodiment of his
Right.
fears and his past trauma and stuff into this puppet. Cannot remember the name of it, but it's terrifying to look at.
Dude, fucking love horror
I
movies.
wish I could remember the name of it.
Surprised you guys don't
almost got on a
have
whole
that.
binge.
Surprised you guys don't have that Sinister app horror movies. Isn't it what
Shutter?
it's called? Shutter.
Shutter?
It was
Yeah.
I didn't like the selection.
Don't you have to pay
When
for
I
it?
got it's like $10. When I got it, I didn't like the selection very much, so I stopped using it.
Just go to fear. I think is fear.net still a thing?
No, I've never heard about that.
Because they used to have a TV channel, and I believe it was a website where you could go and stream horror movies. Like, well, not the best horror movies, but like, you know, like a bunch of horror movies and stuff for free, like Crackle was.
I did watch a couple of horror films in that were really good. Dude,
is Crackle still a thing?
I think it is. I think they've changed to the pay thing now, though, but it used to be free with ads or whatever.
Yeah, there's some Godzilla movies over there.
Yeah, that's why I watched the. They had Millennium Era too for a while.
Well, they had
you know what my favorite horror movie name is? The Midnight Meat Train.
Say that one more time for me.
The Midnight Meat Train.
The Midnight Meat
How do you
Train.
even find that?
I saw it on a sci-fi one day.
Dude, sci-fi was
It
the
was
shit.
actually pretty. It's a good movie. It just has the worst name ever.
I've seen this before. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I've seen this before. Yeah.
Where he starts like it's a dude that kills people on the train at night. But the ending, I love the ending because I love when the movie, spoiler for Midnight Meat Train, the movie kind of ends with like you think it's a guy killing people, but you don't know why he's killing them, and he's killing these people to feed these monsters that are like underground in like the New York subways.
This is an IFC movie, by the way.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
You know what I caught one night this week, and this is before he became mainstream. John Biega's movie, The Block, that was called. That's how I discovered him. Years later, he became fan from Star Wars. But he's one. It's like these
the Detroit film.
like UK. It's like these UK British kids, like, and they're this alien. They look like fur balls, big black fur balls with like blue mouths, and they got like pheromone sentence on them because they took the female or something like that. And tracking them
No
down.
idea.
That's when John Boyega was known for this.
Yo,
That's when I first seen
my
it.
favorite thing about John Boyega is how undisturbed he is by Star Wars right now.
No, Bryan, that's funny. None of them do not.
Have you seen his presence? Like when people try to talk to him about Star Wars, he's like, "Fuck off."
Oscar Isaac's the same
love
way.
it. I love that shit.
He say he was like, until I need a new house.
Yeah,
I'll go like
sorry, I'm
Wars.
done, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I don't see
Same with Harrison Ford. Someone once asked him.
That's how he was.
Yeah, someone asked him one time and says
Pretty
like,
sure Harrison Ford hates Star
does.
Wars.
He does. He hates Han Solo's character. He wanted him killed off years ago before the sequels.
and they wouldn't do it, and he finally got it. He said, "I'll be in your movie in one condition: you have to kill me off." And
Thank God.
and so like, but someone one asked him like, "Hey, who shot first?" And he was like, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
It's like I just love how like
Stupid
nonplussed he is about anything. I love Robert Pattinson did the same thing with Twilight. I love when like celebrities like hate their own fucking movies.
I think Harrison Ford has like an issue with it. He's a very anti-social.
He's very socially
has
anxious.
anxiety.
He is super socially anxious.
Yeah.
His interviews
You know,
are awkward too.
I was listening to this podcast called Mid-Flight Brawl. Shout out to you guys. And there's an episode about it's about like people getting fights on airplanes and stuff. It's great. And Harrison Ford is on one of the episodes because he flies his private plane into an airport.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
without telling anybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's
didn't-
hammer drunk.
Yeah, didn't contact radio control. Nothing. Complete.
Yeah.
The most illegal thing you can do at an airport is like landing an unmanned, unapproved aircraft on a fucking airfield.
Jesus Christ.
What
No, he
happened?
was like-
I'm lost.
And when he's
What?
when he started talking to air control, he's like, "Yeah, sorry about that, guys." He's like, can we get your name? He's like, Ford Harrison. And like, all right, what's your pilot license? And then he's like super nonchalant about it. He's like, all right, got off like scot
of
free,
course he
nothing
did.
really,
Of course he
no
did.
repercussions.
I love that shit. Robert Pattinson fucking hating Twilight is like the best thing.
Because it ruined his image
Yeah.
for a while, and I heard like he went
Completely fucked up.
Bro, I was
He
Robert Pattinson is a great actor.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. now.
After he separated himself from that Twilight shit, he was like I watched
matured
him.
a lot.
He's in Lost City of Z. Phenomenal movie. He did a phenomenal job in that
Nice.
movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I think he's such a good actor, and I'm excited to see him
Me
as
too.
Batman too. I
Me
think
too.
he'll do.
That movie's gonna be hype. I know.
I think he'll do a great fucking
Have you
job.
seen him in Good Times? Have you seen not Good Times? No. It is Good Times.
Have you seen Lighthouse?
No, it's still on my list. I really want to see
I need
Lighthouse.
to watch Lighthouse.
Willem
Lighthouse is
Dafoe
fairly
and
good.
Robert Pattinson.
Where's that
Fucking Defoe.
Dude, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe,
Where's
bro.
Sorry, what's up, Tay?
meme coming from? What's that movie? Is that
Yeah.
a movie or it's like a set photo? That movie.
Lighthouse?
You know that meme? You know that meme you see with Robert Pattinson, The
Oh, of him standing there in the kitchen.
Where is that from? Yeah.
I think it was just some weird like
Some
house
photo
party or something. I don't know. Yeah, that like
I really hope
awkward
it's
meme
from
picture
that.
of him.
I hope it
Look.
really is just a live photo. It's not from a set.
Yeah, cornrows in that photo.
They just caught him off guard.
Why?
He's probably doing a film. It's probably a set photo from somewhere.
It's probably from an indie
Yeah.
film. I know he did a bunch of indie
He has
films.
a lot of
Good
them,
Times is
What is
it's
Good Times?
it's a movie by the Safdie brothers, the same people that did
What about Fast
shut
Times
up.
at Richmond High?
They did Crystal Uncut Gems. They did Uncut Gems too. The Safdie brothers.
Oh shit!
Good Times is it's a great film by the same directors. Robert Pattinson,
I think I know what you're talking about.
exceptional in that movie. Exceptional.
That's when he had the blondest hair.
Yeah, he like had bleached
Something like
hair.
that. Yeah.
And he's taking
Yeah.
care of his special needs brother, and he has to like steal some money, and he's running away. It is a phenomenal film, and that was I knew that Robert Pattinson was a great actor, but that was the movie that finally, in my eyes, let him separate from the Twilight image.
Broke the Twilight.
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see him in anything else that he shows up in because he is severely underrated.
I'm pretty hyped to see him in Batman. Yeah.
Do we have any news in that Batman
be the
movie?
best Batman
'Cause
movie.
Robert Pattinson got COVID a week into production.
He got delayed to next year. But
Yeah, it got delayed a little bit. But
Did they finish principal
I think
photography?
for a while, right?
they're still
Still filming?
filming, I
Oh, makes
believe.
sense.
They're filming in UK or something, I think, right?
Fucking Batman walks into
What?
a room. It's like, what's all this then?
I think it's gonna be the best Batman movie. Honestly,
I think
it's
it
speaking
is.
to my alley. Nor
Yeah.
Batman. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Detective Batman.
that's
Like a
like
detective-
that's
like
Detective Batman.
That's what I
Hell
want.
yes.
Make it like the Arkham games,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Oh my god, that's exactly.
Yeah,
what I
and
want.
I'm Paul Dano is the fucking Riddler,
Oh,
dude.
seriously? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Dude, Paul
No,
Dano
it's-
is a great
Oh, yes,
actor,
he is.
dude.
I'm thinking
Paul
about
Dano's incredible.
Colin
They-
Farrell. It's the Penguin.
If you-
Well,
if
they
you-
said Colin Farrell was such a good Penguin that when the director was talking to him for 5 minutes, thinking he was an extra.
They
until
wouldn't
realized-
they didn't recognize him in the makeup.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
That's insane. The level of acting you have to do.
Yeah, I like
Colin Farrell,
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson. There's a league of actors in that same field as those three that are
Mhm.
severely underrated for the amount of work that they do and for the quality of work that they
Yeah.
do.
Dude, what they come out if they make a sequel? Willem Dafoe's.
Dude.
I'm in for that. I know
That's
people.
a Curse fan casting. Technique.
No, that's a fantastic. I think that's perfect
That's
though.
crazy.
I know it's a joke, but I
Dude,
am.
I
in for
would
that,
love Willem
by
Dafoe
far.
as the Joker.
Yes,
That
I
would
would
be
too. I know it's a
incredible.
funny fan cast, but yeah, that's perfect.
You know what I like?
Dude, I love
Weirdo.
William Dafoe as an actor. Apparently, he'll do a lot of films. He won't get paid. He just wants to help.
Yeah, with the
the,
production. That's why he's
the
in so
film.
many indie shit.
Yeah.
He gets a super cut salary in a lot of them.
Yeah.
There was this interview he did or something. Probably saw it on Twitter where he makes a good point. Like the director is like the artist, so he's the canvas. You seen this video?
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
it's
it, but
very
I've
smart
read
way to-
I've read about it. And
Yeah, that's a great point. How you
If you want to see a good William Dafoe movie, watch Antichrist.
dude, I cannot listen. Is that fucking Nicholas Winding Refn? Is that who directed that?
Is
Nicholas
what?
Winding Refn.
I don't remember.
I think it is.
I have to look it up.
Nicholas Winding Refn is the most talented director that I cannot watch his movies. I cannot.
see.
He did Melancholia. He did Neon Demon. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
yeah, like a
Yeah,
face
the Neon
off.
Demon.
Yeah. What did you say
Nicholas
his name
Winding
was?
Refn.
No, it's Lars von Trier.
Sorry. Okay, I always get them mixed up. Nicholas Winding Refn is in Death Stranding. Lars von Trier's. I could not
Yeah.
fucking watch a Lars von Trier's movie.
Antichrist has horrible ratings, but I will stand by it. It's a good
I've seen
movie.
it.
It is a
Antichrist.
fantastic movie. You're not gonna like it. I guarantee you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tay,
you
you're
probably
gonna
won't
fucking
like
hate it.
But it's a good
Uh,
movie.
I think I seen Antichrist.
It's
I'm mistaken. When it come out, early 2000s?
I'm pretty sure you see his wiener.
yeah.
in
You
that
see his
movie,
well,
too.
you don't see his dick because
Mhm.
famously his cock is too big for cinema.
It's too
yeah.
big for cinema.
They
They
won't
won't
put it.
allow it.
They actually nicknamed his penis.
The censors don't.
Biggest-
The censors
biggest
don't get that big.
But all that
They actually mistaken it all the time for a
all
problem.
that all that Green Goblin gas just fucking went right to his dick.
This is power when that.
Straight to the vein.
What does he say? Something to formula.
You know when he
Back to formula.
he picks that bald guy up. He was actually lifting him up with his hand.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Have you seen? There's this Spider-Man YouTube poop of that scene where like he grabs him by the neck and he's like, back,
he screams.
and then he's like back to formula, and he's like, and then like it looks like he's making out with him, and then throws him. I gotta find it. This shit's so funny.
I know that entire.
Yeah, dude, that movie.
The first two movies I know behind. Spider-Man 3 is kind of forgettable.
I will forever maintain that Spider-Man 1 and 2 are the greatest superhero movies that have ever been made.
Dude, Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. Don't care
No,
what
Spider-Man-
says. It's still like
Spider-Man 2 is fantastic.
Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero movie
Fantastic
that I've
movie.
seen thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree
it,
with
it
you.
is like
I agree.
sorry Avengers fucking Endgame, but Sam Raimi did it way better than you.
Nah, yeah, I love those movies too, but Spider-Man 2 has this is a very special
I
movie
fucking
to
love
me.
it.
Yeah.
There's something
it's
about Doc
Spider-Man
Ock's
2.
bowl cut in that movie that just doesn't sit right with me, and it makes me. I know I acknowledge that movie is like a masterpiece, but there's something about that haircut that really turns me off about that fucking movie that makes me not.
He
like
actually has
it.
a normal haircut compared to the comic book
It's that
version.
one thing that ruins an entire movie.
Yeah,
for me.
in the movie he has a slightly
Normal
more
hair.
normal haircut than the fucking comics, dude. The comics he looks like fucking coconut head in the comic book.
I want to slap the back out of. Yeah, like, goddamn, I hate Doc Ock's hair so
Dude.
much.
There's nothing wrong with his hair in the
Why?
movie.
It's such a corny haircut.
In the comics, like a
Yeah,
bowl
no-
cut.
I know
Yeah.
it's worse in the comic, like in the Spider-Man animated series. It's like it's legit like it looks like a fucking helmet.
He doesn't even get. He's like fuck the fade, bro. Just cut
It's
it.
like wearing a salad bowl for hair.
I still want that gas, and you
You know what's hot?
This scene's hilarious.
I love that meme so much. It's like
Like Kingpin.
I,
I want that gas, and you.
I
will
still want
deliver.
that gas, and you will deliver.
You know what made me laugh so hard at work
Yeah.
the other day? Was someone quote tweeted a post about Kurt Angle about taking like
Oh, perk angle.
Oh, perk angle, yeah. He was taking like
He was on,
like
12
100.
Vicodins or something.
Yeah,
They
like
always yell
100
in the
100
break room.
Percocets a day.
someone's asking what's wrong with me? What are you laughing at? Perk Angle. They show like videos of him flipping and stuff.
Yeah. He's high as fuck right now.
He didn't feel it at all. Oh man.
Apparently, during I just heard about this today. I listened to a podcast about 21 Jump Street.
I fucking love that movie.
No, the
Oh, never
TV
mind.
show.
The old one,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp in it. And apparently,
Johnny
Johnny Depp was on like 18. He was on like 18 pills of ecstasy when he was filming Pirates of the Caribbean
Jesus
2.
Christ.
And
Is
he
he
said that
character, really?
They said that like he got in a fight with Amber Heard and he like cut his finger or something, and they had to stop the production for
Dude.
like 7 days, and it cost like $300,000 per
Dude.
day.
That is even
Yikes.
more terrifying considering all the abuse that Amber Heard like did on Johnny Depp.
Yo, fuck Amber
This
Heard.
story is still confusing
So
to me. I still
let me
don't- what's
run it down
happening
for you
here?
real quick. Johnny Depp got accused of being abusive towards Amber Heard, and the internet
Yeah.
fucking wrecked him, just like destroyed him, like just shit on him for like 6
Oh,
months.
you bastard. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
canceled basically.
And then it comes out that Johnny Depp was like, actually, she's the abusive one. I'm the victim
Yeah.
here. And then
Yeah.
people were even more pissed off, like Johnny Depp for like becoming the victim.
Did he like audio
What'd you
files?
say?
Did he have like audio he showed?
There was video,
Yeah.
there was audio,
There were
all
video,
sorts of
photos
shit
of
came
the
out.
injuries, audio. There was like a plethora of evidence, but he couldn't show it publicly because it was still a
Because
case.
I think the only evidence they had on Johnny Depp was the one video I saw of him throwing a
yeah,
wine
and he was
bottle.
like, and he
That
was
it.
drunk, and like there was like a big fight. That was the one thing they had against Johnny.
Yeah. That was the one thing that I saw Johnny do bad was he threw the fucking wine bottle because he was
Yeah.
angry.
What she was his
She-
girlfriend?
I think they were
or something, or
married.
wife, or what was?
His wife.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
What?
But
I don't. Were they
maybe
married?
not. But Amber Heard
I don't think they were
cost
married.
Johnny Depp a movie. Johnny Depp got fired out of a
Yeah.
movie, got dragged through the
Harry
mud
Potter movie.
for like 6 months, and then Johnny Depp came out with evidence that Amber Heard was actually the abusive one, rolled up a court case, and Amber Heard went unpunished throughout that. She
Yeah.
did not get any criminal
Yeah,
charges.
she's still in fucking Aquaman. She's still getting fucking
Yeah.
movie
But
parts
she-
and shit, bro.
Yeah, it's the Aquaman girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's that crazy. Yikes.
Dude,
Dude, I know, as hot as she is, dude, it should come hand in hand, dude. If she's that hot, she's obviously that fucking crazy.
I don't know about that.
Didn't she like crap in his bed too? I heard stories about that.
But what?
Like she crapped in his bed.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy, like psycho crazy.
Yeah, psycho.
She's like not
crazy.
a healthy person.
She's about as crazy as she is hot.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
That's a
Like,
myth. I'm
she's
gonna
not a
shut
good
that shit
person.
down. The crazy hot relationship graph that How I Met Your Mother popularized.
There's major correlation
that.
right
Talking
there.
about. I'm making a general statement that I'm saying that she is crazy as she is hot.
No, not you.
I mean, she's really.
Listen. Fuck you guys.
I don't
Get
watch
with
How
this
I Met Your
microphone.
Mother.
That show sucked on FX, dude. Who laughed at that show? No one.
I liked it for like 3 seasons. I liked it for a little bit.
Oh, the dude rule
Yeah.
book.
And then I saw how problematic it was, and I was just like, maybe I shouldn't be watching this.
Remember Wilford? Remember that show?
Dude, I
Somebody
loved
Bryan would
Wilfred,
love.
bro. I
Oh,
loved
Wilfred with
Dude, Wilford made
Elijah.
me fucking. I was like, I think I might be suicidal watching this. It's like, fuck. This made me real depressed.
I thought
Elijah
Wilfred was
Wood
hilarious.
I think Elijah Wood might need
I
help
had
in
a-
real life. That boy was playing depressed person.
I had a
too
similar
well.
reaction to Wilfred, and I had to stop watching it. It's like, couldn't.
I was like, God.
Dude, I loved
so
Wilfred,
good.
bro. I thought it was super good.
There was one episode where he's like, I just remember like everything was going poorly in his life, and he just had the worst day, and I just
You talking about the very first episode where he tries to kill himself?
yeah, no, I couldn't.
And then that's why you
That's why I
start
started
seeing
seeing,
Wilfred.
but I couldn't go like past the second episode because like everything that happened in the show was just like, I was like cringing and I felt bad and I was like,
Brian's that guy in the meme. He's me. He's just like me. That was Ryan.
Oh wow, he's just like me.
I'm just talking to a giant man in a cat suit the whole time. That's how.
No,
It's
I thought
actually
it was
what
really
Mendez-
good.
Mendez is a big man.
We're like, we
Big
see him
brain.
as a man, and Brian sees him as a real cat. That'd be scary, dude.
Bro, sometimes I think my life is a Fight Club situation, and my best friend is not real. Like he's a figment of my imagination.
Brian. Like Mendez isn't real. It's a man in a cat suit in his house, and we never questioned him about it. I was like, "Is shit we made or something?"
Come here, Mendez, and it's just a big fucking dude with a beer gun. And he's like,
What's up, Brian?
It's like my roommate.
Hey Brian,
Yeah.
I kind of need more cat litter, bro.
Hey, man,
I'm
I
gonna
don't-
start shitting in your bed.
I don't kink shame, dog.
Hey Brian, can you at least let me leave the room before you start beating that meat, son?
And no one questions. Like even Annie knows this guy's here. She doesn't
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, she doesn't say a
The
word.
idea of a reverse Wilfred is so fucking funny to me.
Like there's some guy just there. You don't say anything about it. Just like, oh,
Like everybody
no,
else
that's
sees
how-
the cat man in
That's-
the cat suit, but
You know, that's
Brian.
how people saw Wilford, though.
That's
they saw
what
a
I
dog.
understand.
They didn't
Yeah, they
see
just saw him as a dog.
Wilford.
That's,
But we're saying the opposite. We all see
Oh,
a man in a
we-
cat
you know,
suit.
oh, I get it. Oh,
Brian's
yeah,
the one
yeah.
I
going
see-
crazy.
I see a cat,
Yeah, Brian's the one.
but in reality,
Like, Brian, who's that man? You're like, you mean my cat? Like, bro, was a big hairy man.
the only
standing
reason
behind
I
you.
understand him is because he's actually speaking English, but I just hear a bunch of meows.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
guys
no.
remember that movie? You guys remember 13 Ghosts, where that big fat guy is standing on the other side of the glass?
No.
Yeah. That's a good.
No.
13
don't
Ghosts
remember
is
13?
No, I haven't
pretty
seen
good. I like 13 Ghosts.
This is one of those
It's-
movies you hear as a kid, and kids always like, "Oh, this is one of the scariest movies."
It's got Shaggy from
Fuck
Scooby
yeah,
Doo in
man.
it.
I love that dude, Matthew Gillard.
It's like
And
That guy.
He gets fucking bisected or whatever by a fucking plane of glass,
Dude,
and he like splits them right down the middle.
that brought a vivid memory of Jennifer Lopez movie, like a horror movie. I don't remember the fucking name of it.
J Lo was in a
she
horror
was.
movie.
She was. I'm pretty sure she was.
was it Abuse Husband?
No, it
movie?
was no. It's
She
the
was
one where
walking
like
through?
like a fucking horse gets like not bisected, but it gets chopped off by like giant panes with glasses. I watched it with Annie and her sisters like a few months ago. And
Gothica?
no,
Was
no,
she-
Gothica's Halle
No,
Berry.
Gothica's
And
Halle
fucking-
Berry.
I rewatched that movie the other day. Still good.
Hey, Long, let me look up Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez's
It's such a
filmography
weird
really
movie.
quick.
It's on the video's on Amazon. What you laughing at?
Jennifer
Yeah,
Lopez
dude,
horror movie.
it's like a good movie.
I
I
feel
kn-
like I knew what you were talking about.
she's an Anaconda.
It's not that.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it Jennifer Lopez?
Dude,
Hey,
Jordan's.
you mean-
Yeah,
dude,
Jordan.
I know
What?
exactly what you're about to say. That's the funniest. That was one of the funniest days on Twitter, dude. There was this big
called the
ass
cell.
snake people were posting about on Twitter,
Yeah.
and like it was like one of those shots where it's like from a helicopter going down, and it was like in the Amazon River, and you could see like an outline
Yeah.
of a snake.
Yeah.
And I went to the comments, and it was
What's that
what's
guy's
his face
name?
from Anaconda, the old white
villain.
guy.
Oh yeah, that's her.
Uh,
that's her dad. I think that's her dad. Someone
That's
told me that
that's
was her
Angelina
dad.
Jolie's dad.
Oh,
Angelina
fuck, what is
Jolie's
that guy's
dad.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that guy's name?
It's on tip of
He's
my
a
tongue.
famous actor. I can't believe I'm
Yeah.
blanking on his name.
He's like hardcore Trump supporter.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What's the movie? Anaconda?
Anaconda.
Let me Google it real quick.
Hang on, I got it right here, baby.
It's Angelina Jolie.
John Voight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Voight.
Yeah, John
There we go.
Voight.
Oh, Ice Cube's in there too.
Yeah. That's what you
It
doing
was-
there, bud?
It's
Maybe.
yeah, fuck it.
What a movie.
Yeah, John.
Danny
Voight,
Trejo's in
and,
there, too.
It was just a picture of his face, and it was the funniest fucking
is,
thing
man.
I had ever seen.
Oh, with his like half open eye.
Yeah, it was like,
like-
it was like that.
he was like this.
That's all they needed to post it for me to laugh at that shit.
I think Jordan sent it to me. I just bust out laughing because I get the reference.
Dude, Anaconda used to be my favorite movie as a kid. I would
Yeah.
fucking like, I'd come home, they'd be playing on TNT. I'd be like, hey, they'd be like, my dad, and mom would be like, hey Jordan, you know what's on? I'm like, what? And they're like,
Anaconda.
Oh, shit.
I used to be obsessed with Lake Placid when I was a kid.
Me too.
And Lake
Colin.
Placid,
Yeah, I
Lake
love
Placid, Anaconda.
Yeah.
What else? There was like
This was before the Sharknado bullshit. When it was
Three-Headed
actual.
Shark.
Do you remember that movie Primeval?
No.
Like
Yeah.
based
Yeah,
on
with
the
the
based on the
dinosaurs?
true story about they go out
No.
to that giant alligator.
Yeah,
in
I've seen
the-
this movie too.
They go to like Africa, but there's also like a civil war fucking happening at the same time. But they're trying to
Yeah.
like find and study. Like his name's Gustav, the biggest
Yeah.
fucking alligator in the world.
No,
I think he's still alive
Probably.
too.
Those things live for fucking ever.
Yeah,
they
I've seen this movie.
Yeah, they
No,
say he's
as a-
still out there.
As a kid, I used to be genuinely excited for those sci-fi original monster
Yeah,
movies. Like
sci-fi
Titan
original
versus
movies are good.
Panther- What is it like? Titan Poa versus like Anaconda or something.
Remember,
It'd
what
be like
was
those
it?
stupid movies.
Remember Dragon Wars or whatever the fuck they were?
I had it on
Dragon
VHS.
Wars was-
Not VHS, but DVD. That movie sucked.
we had I think we talked about this on the podcast before, but there was like Dragon Wars was one of those movies that actually made it into theaters. But it was
Yeah, it
definitely
was.
a sci-fi
They just
release.
need it.
The best scene was the ending. It turns into like a traditional Chinese dragon and start fighting. Remember
Yeah.
that?
It was like there was an anaconda, there was like a cobra dragon. It was like crazy as shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Being from Puerto Rico
God, what a
really
fun
made me
pushing.
miss on a whole subset of culture. Like, that shit's wild.
Yeah. Hey, Bryan used to eat those films up. Like those stupid sci-fi. That was, it was
Like
in my alley.
yeah, they were just
Monster
B
movies.
like monster B
You know what I
monster
used to
movies.
watch all the fucking time?
Like
Yeah.
horrible CG.
Ancient Aliens. I used to
Ancient
watch that shit all the
Aliens, yeah.
time. That was what was playing on my TV.
I still watch it.
Back in Puerto Rico, my dad believes in the Anunnaki now as a result of those shows. My dad's a firm
Look at every
my dad's a
Joe
firm
Rogan
believer
podcast
in
and
Planet
ad.
X and Planet Nibiru.
I haven't heard that in years. The 2012 days.
I don't have a choice though. I hear it all the time. Hear it all the fuck.
Planet X
But
is
it's like-
What'd you say?
Under Earth, like by Pluto, it's under down there
It's-
somewhere. You can't
It's
see
like
it.
it's slowly. It's supposed to settle between Earth and Mars
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
It's got like an
Aries.
elliptical orbit, so
Yeah.
like, which by the way, all orbits are elliptical, but whatever.
Yeah, it only showed
It
itself
only shows us like every
once
2,000
every
years.
thousands
Because
years.
it resides
Yeah,
all the
some
way like
crap.
in between Pluto and whatever the fuck the planet before Pluto is. And it's like half a planet. It's half a planet because the Anunnakis blew it up because it was going to crash with another planet. And so it clashed with another planet and then it broke in half. And the half that's orbiting is actually the planet where all the Anunnakis are, and they're like gods. And at some point in history, they came down to ancient Earth and then boarded, and they were known as Nephilim. And so they were like the giant angels that humans saw in the world. And then, but when they got here, we were just monkeys, right? So then they mixed their DNA.
Yeah, they slaved
Yeah,
us
they
up.
slaved us up and then mixed their DNA with the monkey DNA, and that's why we're human. And that's why there's like an evolutionary
Yeah.
link.
Guys,
That's
Dude,
like the
I'm eating
lore.
this up. Keep
this is
going.
what Eternals
Yeah.
are. The comic characters, something like this.
And that's
What
the
is this?
lore.
Yeah, bro. That's some old 2012 shit though. That's nostalgia.
And
That's nostalgia right there.
I moved from Puerto Rico in 2010, and my dad spent 2 years by himself. And in those 2 years, he convinced himself that this was reality. This is actually what's happened. He is writing a whole thesis about the Anunnaki shit that's going on. About proof.
Bro, he's got.
Bro, tell me you walked into his bedroom and there's like paper on the walls and everything. He's got like stretch wine.
He's shaking. It's all connected, Bryan.
Yeah, dude.
Wake up.
Tell him to send me a copy.
Wake up, you sheeple.
That's exactly what it is. And so like every day for like 2 years while I was still living at their place, at dinner, I would hear the Anunnaki would come up. He would be like, you know that religion is bullshit, right? You know that it's all the Anunnaki. And I was just like, man, I just want chicken tenders.
Dad, I'm just talking about hot dog, please.
I just want to fucking eat.
He just needs someone to talk to, Bryan.
I get it, man. I get it. But like, there was one point in time where I heard about it so much that I started believing it. For like a split second, I was like, hold on, what if that's true? And then I Googled it, and then I saw that they made us so that they could harvest gold because their ship ran on fucking gold, or they needed gold for some reason.
Wait, is that Scientology? No. Isn't that what they actually believe? That's like the whole secret behind Scientology.
It's like Scientology adjacent, but it's not Scientology. It's like,
was it like because like that South Park episode had that whole thing about this, about like the 747 planes coming?
It's weird, man. It's fucking weird. So my whole childhood is involved in ancient aliens and weird Discovery Channel shows or History Channel shows that are just like about ancient civilization. It's like, how could the Egyptians have built the pyramids? Did they have alien help? And so I was watching that while you guys were watching fun snake movies and dragon movies.
No, I was 100% watching Ancient Aliens when it was coming on.
I knew it was growing up, but I never sat down and watched.
Yeah, I used to watch it when it was coming on. They're like on season 20 now.
The same dude is in there.
What are you talking about?
How do they not run out of material?
What are they talking about?
No, that's the thing. They keep fucking repeating episodes.
The same dude.
Joe Rogan.
So you know that dude that became the meme?
Joe Rogan, but Alex Jones.
That dude that became the meme, the guy with the hair.
Yeah,
still on that fucking show.
Yeah.
Still in there talking shit.
Bro,
so is that
right now because of that show.
So is that Eric Von Dam guy who wrote the Chariots of the Gods books. He's still
crazy.
on that show.
Fucking
pretty sure Stephen Greer is on that show now too. He's a huge. I think Stephen Greer is a misinformation agent.
I don't know who Stephen Greer is.
But he has some interesting points about like the technology. Stephen Greer.
Greer?
No.
Yeah.
I went to school with a Justin Greer.
He has a documentary on Hulu or on Netflix. I think I watched it. Fairly good, but I think he's bullshit personally. I think
remember those ghost Bigfoot Animal Planet videos.
You would
like people like.
I'm sorry.
You hear that?
You would fucking think.
I hate those.
You would fucking think.
They're like.
I have a webcam. This webcam right here cost me $100. It does 1080p. You would think that if Bigfoot was real and you follow one of his footprints with like a camera phone, cameras can shoot 4K now. Why you get?
Yeah, I can do that on my phone.
Why are you giving me blurry Bigfoot footage?
That's the argument nowadays, especially like UFO sightings. You have a 1080p camera.
Hey,
what's going on?
Zoom in.
Yeah, but okay, take your 1080p camera, max zoom it up at something in the sky and tell me how beautiful that picture turns out.
But it's better than 10 pixels though that we always see.
But that's what's gonna show out. If I fucking take a picture right now with my zoom maxed out and 16 by 9 1080p picture, it's still gonna come out crappy.
The resolution is fucking 1080 by 1920 by 1080. The resolution.
All those pictures are horrible because they fucking enhance
but it's not gonna be 500 goddamn pixels.
Cause like, oh, let me see the full image.
It's a dot.
Fucking speck up here, bro.
Speaking of, crazy shit, guys. Have you guys seen this Lisa Lamb documentary?
No, I haven't seen the documentary, but I've seen the story.
I haven't seen it, but I know.
You know about Lisa Lamb?
I know the story. Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's the lady that
I watched the first episode last night, and so I'm super into this shit because it was like one of the craziest videos on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I am fairly convinced that after watching the first episode and getting more information on this, she was definitely on drugs, and
how'd she get in the tank, bro?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but it would make a lot of sense that
She had
just done drugs.
She had a mental
I think,
breakdown.
So I think Crockett's on that page. I think she might have had a drug issue, maybe got fucked around with the wrong people, and she ended up in the fucking tank.
Because it's absurd. Like, so.
Wait,
yeah,
is she
she's
dead?
dead.
She was
She
from
so
Canada.
wait.
She was traveling by herself. She didn't know anybody, and I'm assuming that she was just probably going out exploring and stuff. 3, the hotel that she was staying in is in Skid Row in LA, which is a cracked
Which
up,
is a huge crime-ridden place.
Right,
and that's where Richard Ramirez used to fucking prowl.
Yeah.
The Night Stalker, the serial killer.
I
he
just
used to
watched that
prowl Skid Row.
documentary too. Yeah. The Hell Satan dude.
How the fuck do you spell her name?
And the reason why they can't get her on camera anywhere else in the hotel is because their cameras fucking suck and they don't really have them placed anywhere
Right.
great. But the weird things about this is, 1, she does get ended up in the water tank, and 2, the elevator does a really fucking weird thing where it doesn't shut when she goes into the elevator.
No, the elevator.
And
Yeah.
it only starts working normally
The-
when she leaves.
Is it the Asian girl I'm looking at?
The elevator doesn't.
Yeah,
the
it's the
elevator doesn't
elevator
shut
footage.
because she's fucking holding the edge of the door. The whole time she's holding the edge of the door.
Or she's holding a button or whatever.
So okay,
Well,
hang on.
the door, like, as soon as
I'm
she
lost.
walks out, though, the door goes, like,
Because she was
really
holding.
quickly.
She
And
had
then-
her hand on the edge of the elevator door because she was watching for something.
No,
she
no,
kept-
she sits in the corner, though. She, like, stands
She
in the
kept
corner of
she kept poking
Yeah,
her
yeah.
head in and
The
out of
sensor was
elevator,
being.
too.
That's why it didn't work because the sensor was being triggered on and off because she kept fucking peeking.
Yeah, it detected her movement.
I don't
so-
doubt that Lisa Lam had the potential to be murdered, but it really does look like it was a case of shitty security and a mental breakdown that landed her in the tank. Because those tank doors, there was a solid argument to those tank doors not being locked down as securely as they were, as they should have been. So she could have gotten in them by herself. Like I'm under the impression that Lisa Lam is like a tragic story of like mental health breakdown and just bad circumstances.
Damn, this was 7 years
Yeah.
ago. Holy shit.
Was this like a it's 2013? Was this like a YouTube?
She's
video
become a
or
really
something?
big pop.
That's police footage that they released.
Here, I'll send it
She
to you.
became a really good.
Because it was a missing person case.
Yeah, it was a missing persons case, and she became like the true crime YouTubers really like grabbed onto the case.
I'm gonna post
do
it
it.
in main deck for you.
Well, I remember just seeing on the top 15 Burger King foot lettuce videos.
Burger King
that
foot
video was like
lettuce.
Foot
wildfire on that video was on every single one of those like creepy YouTube people
Dude,
pages.
I knew,
Yeah.
and
knew a guy.
that's and the way they would just describe it is like there was just so much mysterious as shit. But after watching the documentary, I'm like, oh, it makes
Yeah.
fucking complete sense that why, you know, you don't see her coming in or out of the elevator, or you don't see her any else footage. It's because the fucking cameras suck.
So
The hotel was ass. She was by herself, a foreigner in the country, didn't know anything. It was probably just trying to like, probably smoked weed for the first time, and then just tripped out, or
Well,
they gave her something stronger than that.
Do they know
this
why
is in
she
the
came?
States or something?
Yeah.
She what?
This is in California. Do they know why she came over here?
She was just traveling through. She wanted to travel the entire west of
The United States.
Oh.
of like LA. She wanted to go from like San Francisco to LA and stuff. That's why she was staying in that. Apparently it was a dorm hotel too. It wasn't just like a regular hotel.
It was like a student hotel,
She had like there was like other beds in there, and stuff.
like a hostel.
Like a hostel?
like a hostel. Yeah,
Yeah.
the floor she was on.
I was asking, what's up? How they don't know what to call the Devon security hotel?
So
Is that the question?
Because it's basically what do you call it? They just
Yeah,
mishandled
they did.
everything.
How many episodes just came out?
It's like four or five episodes. They're all an hour long.
Hey.
But
I don't want to be the guy that ends the show, but it's been an hour and 50 minutes.
It's long, fucking a very long time. See, Bryan, before we end though, this stuff like this is
Yeah,
scary.
no,
to
that is, I agree. That is
Compared to horror.
terrifying.
It
Yeah,
was. It used
yeah.
to be scary, and now
Yeah,
it's
'cause
not
it's
scary
real life.
after I kind of got some little back.
Hey, let me send you some fucking videos.
Tay, have you looked into like the missing 411
that,
stuff and everything?
I've heard about that. Yeah, that shit's
No.
awesome.
Yeah, you should check that out. I mean, it's just about the weird coincidences and like people disappearing for years and absolutely no
Yeah,
trace.
they like
of them
show
being
up to a
found
park
ever.
or something, and they like completely.
I think there's a documentary about it. But the dude,
Wait.
the dude
Oh,
who
I think I know what this
the dude who
is.
studies the phenomena, he's got multiple books and stuff. He's got a podcast, I believe, and he's got the show, I think, or the documentary. I think it's just called Missing 411. But it's about like kids, hunters, hikers, like all vanishing.
Yeah,
I
basically what I'm
think
looking
top
at, yeah.
15. I think he helped with this, or he knows the person who did it. Because I remember him promoting this on his
David
channel.
Plaudes, I'm saying that right?
Yeah, David Pallades.
Yeah, he's a cop that does this. He's an investigator. So this, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, it's actually very, very
is, it
weird
is.
shit.
same with
Yeah,
like the
super
smiley
weird
face
stuff.
murders. It's sort of in that vein too, where like
Dude, the serial killer in Boston,
where
bro.
like people keep
Yes.
showing up dead
There's
in
a
the
serial
river,
killer in
but
Boston.
they like find nothing.
Like, could you imagine getting stabbed and then the guy's just going on, "Go Sox"? Like, oh.
Oh, that was
He
wicked.
stomp his Tims. Like
Get
he
him,
kills you.
Mickey. I'm like, what?
His Tims.
All right.
Dead at.
You're
Just kidding.
You're rubbish.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming down to the show.
Yeah.
If you want to know when we're gonna be,
Crockett, what's going on? You want me to end the show for you? You want me to end
I
the show
don't know.
for
I'm
you? today?
having a fucking.
All right, bye, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for coming down to the show. We do appreciate it. Episode 40. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
If you want to know,
Road to 50.
Road to 50.
Yeah, we're almost 10 episodes away from 50.
Yeah. We're gonna have to
50
do
episodes
something.
away
We're
from
gonna have to do
100,
something. I think
900
we should do
episodes away
something
from
special
1,000.
for the. We should do something special
I
for
agree.
50.
Bryan, where can they find you
They can
at?
find me at Twitter at
I didn't even
BryanBrowny
think
and twitch.tv/BryanBrowny.
Colin, where can they find you at?
Twitter at Space Whales or _ Space Whales and Twitch.
Hold on,
at
I got a quick
MonkeyOmega.
amendment to make. I fucked up
And,
my Twitter handle. It's at Bryan or Chia, not BryanBrowny.
It's in the,
Yeah.
the description.
That's true.
And Red Menace, where can they find you at?
Red Menace. Red Mist.
That was a Hellboy movie. I want to spawn with too. Oh, what a name. Find him yet. Underscore
That's like in the show.
Tay Infinite.
He doesn't want it to end. So he's having a
Twitter.
good time.
I am having a
I
good
love
time. I haven't podcasting like
It's been a
month.
while, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while since we've all been
Yeah.
together.
No. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Guys, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Twitter
Need a
at
copyright strike over that.
cyber_calamity. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can follow me at CyberCalamity. Guys, thank you so much for coming down. We'll see y'all next week when we do another
Bad.
topic. I don't know if we'll have another topic or not, but this is fun. We should do
Yeah, I
more
like off
off-topic
topics. They're fun.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
just
guys,
do that
take
day
care
this.
and look under your bed tonight.
We'll do
Adios.
serious stuff.